Know which one it is. Sure. Today I have playing with me Matt.
Hello, I'm Matt. I'm playing Rook, who is an orc barbarian.
I have Kennel. Laura.
Hi, I'm Laura. I'm playing Kenna. She is a Fire Genasi Drake Warden Ranger.
I have Cal.
Hi, I'm Cal. I'm playing Brother Ilari Slade. He's a Peace Domain Cleric and a Water Genasi.
I have Jamel.
Right guys, Jim Mosius here, playing, as previously mentioned, some fucking skeleton who happens to be a unstable wild magic sorcerer.
I have Lucas. I have Josh.
Lucas, oh my.
Hi, I'm Lucas, and I'll be playing Josh today. He's a fag.
Yep.
Hi, I'm Josh. I'll be playing Maverick today, who is a human sorcerer who specializes in undead magic. Ooh.
Fantastic. And I have Kira.
Yep. Hello, I'm Krot, and I'll be playing Lucius, a Eldrin monk and future god.
Okay. For those of you who are wondering why I'm losing my mind, my computer's clapping out. We've done this once already, but YouTube's a thing, and I'm going to attempt to recap last session again. We had a chat with Tyr, we learnt loads of shit. We found out that Rook has a nephew, that the grandfather of the Silent has a stake in rescuing someone from the same citadel as Selene is in, who Tyr told you to rescue. You then tried to secure the mercenaries from the Grand Council chamber. They told you that they won't give you the mercenaries unless Selene turns up, so the mercenaries are on hold, but they are going to Garenda to be on hold. We had a bit of a punch-up, we had a bit of a sparring session, and everything's dandy. Maverick doesn't have a clue what's going on, and we resume at 3 PM in the afternoon after the Grand Council session. What are you guys doing, and where are you?
How are you guys? Let's go back to the tavern.
Sick.
Yeah,
Cool. Let's go
let's go back to the tavern.
Okay. You guys begin to head your way back to the tavern. It is currently 2 o'clock in the afternoon. 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't know why it just went back an hour. And, yeah. Take the floor.
I have to be careful before I turn into some sort of alcoholic.
Not so bad.
Never have too much.
I suppose you're right. So,
What's the worst that could happen?
yeah, I could probably die in a... Yeah, I could die. Alcohol poisoning, or perhaps a carriage accident. It's just like that stupid Shadowville agent who got hit by a carriage and fell off a bridge. Well,
Let's not jinx it, hey?
yeah.
Can I just remind you that you have currently no idea who the... Oh, no, you do. You do. Never mind. Tyr told you about them. Carry on.
Yep. And apparently, one of them is probably my uncle or ancestor. Who knows?
Hey, remember that guy who, took over Telluria, attacked it, threw a fireball at me? Yeah, that's Grandpappy.
That's your grandfather?
What?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
This is all brand new information to me.
Oh, so Maverick, we had brunch with a god.
We also
Yeah.
saved the Minotaur.
Hold on. You guys are... I know we do a lot of crazy things, right? A lot of unbelievable things.
No,
Are you
no.
expecting me to believe that you sat down and had a conversation with a god?
Yes, his name's Tyr.
Yes.
And what did this god have to say?
Well, pretty much he said, my ancestors are the Shadow Veil, which is pretty much the people trying to take over the entirety of the world. And, well, that Kenna's grandfather is the multi-elemental Genasi. And, well, also, you're forced to help find Selene.
What do you mean I'm forced?
I will say it and I quote, if you aren't going to help find Selene, because you're the only one who can find this place, if you're not going to help find Selene, you will be forced to do it. And I said, how dare you try to force my friend into doing something he may not want to do?
Thank you for sticking up for me against this god.
You're welcome, babe. I'll do anything.
So... So we don't really have a choice but to help this god.
Well, it's mostly to help the entirety of the world. Selene is instrumental in beating back the evil people, the Shadowvale. So yes, we have to help save Selene, and so your ability to divine or your budding ability to divine will help us find the area. And apparently, Rook's blood may also be a key.
Yeah.
Should have
And
just
Somehow.
left yesterday.
that's everything this god had to say.
Well,
The important stuff.
as far as I'm remembering, but
He
Hello.
told us why the time skips happen in Teloria. So
not that.
told us a lot of stuff.
Look, guys, I know when we were younger we smoked a lot of wacky tobacco, but this is one level too far, okay?
Basically, any question we asked, he would answer
So what questions did you ask?
those.
You didn't ask to like how to save the world or
That's
There
not
is a wand that we should probably try to go after at some point.
Yeah, there's that.
Okay,
The
so
longer it gets to Arcana, the better, in my case.
okay,
We-
so
We already know how to save the world.
if I'm the only person that can find, how am I meant to find this place?
With
Vrax.
difficulty.
Well, we're supposed to find Vrax as well. He can help us. Or Vrax will maybe find us. I think he's instrumental in helping us find the way to get to where we need to go.
Should be returning soon, right?
I think so. You know how gods are. They're all, cryptic.
Yes.
Flaky sometimes.
Yes, quite flaky. It leads you to be begs the question: if you're a god and you see everything, why did you let this happen to Drathnor Keep?
Well,
And he said, and I quote, "It needed to happen." I believe it might have been a good
he
thing.
said that innocent people needed to
No,
die.
he didn't. Sorry,
Yeah, that's pretty much
I'll
the
interrupt.
gist of it. I mean,
No, he said
that
it might be
was-
useful, but he said that because it was an act of humanity, it wasn't something he could interrupt with.
But
Oh,
okay, I'm going to assume that someone in the party just said that. So that's not an act of humanity, so he couldn't intervene, but he can force me to help Celine because that's not an act of humanity.
I'm not sure.
Seems
I-
like a bunch of bullshit to me.
congratulations! You have found the biggest contradiction.
I understand, and I'm willing to follow everybody else. Whatever you do, whatever you all decide to do, I'll be there one step of the way. However, my stake in this fight, this war, is only simply to make sure that you all get out safely. Damn everybody else.
Well,
That one's
I mean,
understandable.
I guess let's find Rex, since that's our only lead. Do we know where to find him?
I'm pretty sure Vrax will find us.
So we just sit here?
Tomorrow.
That's all we can do.
He'll find you
Okay.
tomorrow.
Well, until then, when you're free, Lucius, I need to speak to you
I'm free now.
privately.
You want to step to the side or something?
Okay, come on then.
Yeah, sure. What's up?
So I just lost my virginity. And then I'm gonna grab him by the shoulders. Like, dude, we did it.
I'm happy for you. I'm very happy for you. No wonder it took you so long to get back. How many times?
Like, I don't, maybe like 5. I don't remember. It was on the blur. He's like so soft,
Oh well.
like so strong at the same time. I was like pounding him into we broke the headboard in the hotel. We had to pay for it.
Okay. I mean, I understand it was your first time. And technically, yes, God, you're correct. On a level, yeah, you're correct. Well, I'm happy for you. I really am.
Yeah.
Wow. So,
And-
what's the next step for you two?
Well, we're thinking maybe bringing in toys to the equation.
No, not that way. I'm not. No. I talk about in terms of the relationship. Sexually, I'm sure you'll begin to explore other ways, but
Well, I mean, I spoke to him because I didn't want to, if he didn't want it to be serious, I didn't want to, like tie him down or anything like that. And we kind of both agreed that, we wanted to be monogam. Am I using that word right?
Yes,
Monogamous.
monogamous. Yes,
right.
yes.
What's the opposite of that?
Polygamy.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So we decided to be monogamous. So yeah, we're officially ye old boyfriend and boyfriends.
I'm happy for you. I really am. And that was part of the reason why I said what I said to Tia. I kind of blew up at Tia. Pretty much saying, you were going to be forced into this quest, but I know that, you and Alamo, can I get the name for a second? Or an item. And I didn't want to risk you or have you risk that.
I mean, I don't want to wedge in my boyfriend, but I feel like Alamo's getting more part of the team. He's been with us for important things. And he's, happy to tag along.
I'm just saying that it's going to be dangerous, and I just don't want, anything to happen. Oh, that's nice.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, we're back. There we go. And then what happened to God?
You're right. That is nice. That's such a lovely thing to say.
But yes, I just.
I'm gonna like, kind of heavily-handedly, if that's a sentence, put my hand on Lucius's shoulder. I'm not gonna let anything happen to anyone, okay?
No, I understand. I'm not. Maybe I came out wrong.
Even Leopold.
No, I'm not concerned about that. It's just that you found something special, something that many won't get to experience, So I just wanted to be protected.
And it's definitely something worth protecting, and I will.
Okay. Well then, oh my God, I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. And then I'm gonna lift up my t-shirt, and I'm gonna look at these fucking scratch marks he left on me.
Jesus, that's borderline abuse. Can I get a cure wounds over here?
Jesus.
No, I like them. Don't cure it.
well, then never mind. Yeah. Nice. I'm happy.
Thanks.
I'm going to stand up, inhale deeply. Shall we go drink? As we wait for Vrax to spirit us away.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump up. Shots, anyone? No? Alright. I'm just gonna go up to the bar myself, I guess.
Alari, you coming?
Absolutely, I was muted.
All right, great. Come on, and we'll start heading to the tavern. You're muted. Can I
Couple of tequila rosés, please.
Yeah, spit my own tongue.
Well, while God is trying to figure their way out, I guess we would eventually make our way to the tavern. Well,
we were in the tavern.
No, we were on our way there.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
Wait, then where did you sit down at?
I just
Hello.
found a random bench.
Am I here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Sorry. He said hello. What can I get you as you were at the bar?
Yeah, I'd like, and then I'm gonna turn around and count. 32 tequila rosés, please.
Who and a what is?
Tequila rosé. It's a liqueur. It's pink.
It's a the who?
Milky.
It's a cure. Cure for what?
No, liqueur.
What's a liqueur?
Did you go to bartending for?
Are you pronouncing it like that restaurant in Drathnor Keep? Cashews. Is that what you're doing?
Sorry, it's pronounced
No.
liquor.
I've got whiskey, brandy, beer, wine, water.
What's your strongest?
Brandy or whiskey. Either's fine.
Brandy be fine for your celebratory drink?
I guess.
32 of
Make
them?
mine a double.
31 and one double.
Yes, please.
Make them all doubles.
32 doubles. Okay.
We have a big day tomorrow. I know I can handle this, but I'm gonna like look Maverick up and down. I don't know if you're gonna be able to stand later.
I think
okay.
I'm gonna.
Neither am I.
I think I'm gonna stick with the beer.
Sir,
okay?
that's 2,560 gold.
Do I even have that?
I don't know. It's 20 gold for
I've
40 gold
if
for a
we
double
pull
for a
together. I
brandy.
don't mind putting the majority in. I've got 2,075 gold. So if I pull the majority in,
golden flicker.
and someone else can do the 700, that'd be great.
How about I
On
just
that
stick to
council
beer
members
and
tab
we
that he would pay for us?
How about I just stick to beer and we don't bankrupt ourselves on booze?
How about you give us the rest on the house, and in return, we'll potentially save our country.
Potentially.
How about I
Do
charge you
you know
2,000
that
and
this
put the
is-
rest on the room?
Do you know that you are in front of the fuck, what's the word? The what, the ambassador?
Frankly, sir, I don't care if you're Asmodeus himself. My liquor still costs money. Shall I charge it to your room and you can pay on exit?
Sure, but I'll give you the 2,075 right here, right now.
You can if you like, but somebody else is paying for your room costs, so
Go ahead and charge it to our room.
I'll do that.
No.
That is 32 double brandies and 1 beer.
Leovold, sometimes never mind. I just want to drink to celebrate my friend's coming of age.
Okay. Well, he will put his 32 glasses on the bar and start pouring doubles. Iona turns around to Lucius and, would you kindly hold this? And she hands you a flask.
Oh.
And then picks up 4 shot glasses, 2 in each hand, and next the lot.
Okay.
Well, going sober wasn't working, so I thought I'd go drunk.
Well, then can I keep the flask?
Sure, by all means. It's dreadful.
I
Well,
have a flask of sober.
here is to... Yeah. Flask of sobriety. It stops you from getting headaches from alcohol withdrawal. She holds up an empty shot glass and goes, here's to us not dying tomorrow.
Yes.
The bartender, after finishing pouring, goes, sorry, you mentioned the ambassadress. I do have a message here.
Of course.
Said his name was... Yeah, here, there you go. This is for Kennel. Strasser. He hands you a piece of paper written in an elegant script.
I'll open it.
10 a.m. tomorrow. V. That's all.
10 a.m.
10 a.m. What?
Nothing to do but sit and twiddle our thumbs while the queen's in prison.
Wow. In that case, another double, please.
Very well. At this point, can I take... Who is participating in these many doubles?
Did you just ask for another? We've got 32.
Between
Alright.
7 of you.
I'm with them.
Okay.
Yeah, I think me and...
Is anyone not participating?
I might have 1 or 2.
Alamo
but
will
that's
have
it.
1, and that's it.
Boo.
Well, he can't drink too much.
Why?
Because he will probably blow the place up.
That sounds like fun.
Isn't it? I mean, we risk that walking around with Leovold every day. I'm
True,
sure.
but that doesn't matter about alcohol. Well, alcohol probably won't help him either. So those of you who are participating in full, so that will be Maverick, Brother Alari, Rook, Lucius. Kenna, are you participating in full?
No.
No, I didn't think so. Right, the 4 of you, give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Cool.
Does that include me because I'm only having a couple? Or...
No, just Maverick,
That's a
Lucius,
natural
Rook,
one.
and Alari.
Oh no!
That's a
You think
natural one.
You don't think I can just naturally like take it?
That's a 13 for me.
Yes, your Constitution save implies how easily you can naturally take it.
That's a
You got
22.
that one.
Yeah, all of you are fine, apart from Lucius.
I'm sorry, I got a natural one. There's no way I'm fine.
No,
13
No.
plus.
you'll be blind for the next 2 minutes.
I'll prefer that. I'll take that. It's just like, oh my goodness, Maverick, where's everything gone? Where's everything gone?
It was all a dream.
I was
You know,
in-
like I'm gonna like maneuver between one side of his head to the other. It was all a dream.
Yes, it was a dream. I remember. I can see the mountaintop in the horizon.
Yes. You're going back to the monastery.
Oh,
Back?
I don't want to go back to the monastery.
You are the avatar. When the world needed you the most, you disappeared.
I own attention. Jesus, Maverick, you're making me need to drink more. Bartender, I'll have another 4.
Oh, Jesus.
And she'll neck
Give me
2 of
another
them.
one.
Alright, make a constitution saving throw after drinking that. Iona drinks another 2, is absolutely fine.
I'm keeping drinking too. I'm like take it like drinking it as much as Lucius.
That's
Lucius,
12.
you're now deaf for 2 minutes.
Okay, I got a 11.
Okay, yeah, the room is spinning, but you're vaguely okay.
Okay, I'm just gonna start I'm just gonna assume that Kylie Minogue is a real person in this world. So I'm just gonna start saying spinning around.
A dwarf comes up to you and, do you mind? I'm listening to the bard.
I'm just gonna sing louder.
Okay. He looks to the bartender and... They're paying well. I'm sure it'll stop soon, don't worry. Anyway.
I'm just gonna shake my head in disappointment and just totally dead look in my eyes of, oh god, what the fuck have I
Okay.
gotten myself into? What are these guys doing? I'm gonna fucking down a shot because I'm gonna need it just to cope with this.
It's 3:45. Kenna, were you meeting Connell? Or do you not really give a shit?
I really don't.
Perfect. That's fine. You don't need to give a shit. Cool. So the drinking goes on. The afternoon bard has given up singing and is just attempting to play along to Maverick sing. It's disgraceful. And at this point, the bartender sort of has given up on you too, and he puts 2 bottles of brandy and 6 glasses on the bar. And just wanders off to start cleaning dishes.
But I can't see it because I'm blind, correct?
It only lasted a couple of minutes. You can see them now.
Oh, I'm gonna take another one.
Okay. Iona will also take some, and she hands a glass to Maverick, and a glass to Rook, and a glass to Brother Alari, and... If we do die, let's drink enough that when they cremate us, it goes off like Leovold's accidents.
It's a good idea.
Like that.
And,
Cheers to
I don't
that.
think any amount of alcohol will do that.
I'm so
you'd be
tired.
surprised. I've seen it burn. Anyway,
So
I
tired.
think that's enough for me. I'm going out for a walk.
Be safe.
Sure.
Is Iona like okay right now?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We're at the tavern where we all have rooms, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna walk up to Eleanor, and I'm gonna like, without any warning or question, I'm gonna pick him up princess style.
Give me a strength check.
Man, Maverick's not the strongest. Oh, nice! 19!
Okay, you managed to pick him up.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna carry him up to my room.
Oh, brilliant. Give me an athletics check with disadvantage.
Oh no.
Okay, the first one's a 15. The second one's a 16.
Okay. Yeah, you sort of get to the top of the stairs teetering around like a madman.
When Maverick's horny, there's nothing that can stop him.
Okay. And, yeah, you carry him into the room. He seems strangely okay with this, despite the fact that you are blind drunk. A small man comes up and sits next to Lucius. You drinking away your sorrows, fellow?
I guess you can call it that.
Here, have one on me.
What is it?
Fucked if I know, but it's strong.
Well, my friend, whoever you are, if I die, thank you.
Well, here's to not dying tomorrow. Eh? What a day.
What did I drink?
You don't really know. It tastes a bit like acid. My name's Braylon.
Barely. I'm Lucius. Hello.
I've been assigned to a suicide mission tomorrow. Thought I'd
Oh.
come drink away my sorrows.
Sounds familiar.
Apparently we're attacking the monastery of Shurashai.
Isn't that where we're going?
Oh, it is. Oh.
Oh,
goodness.
you'd be the group that I'd be joining.
Yeah,
Oh.
don't let this image sully your idea of us.
On the
We're all
contrary,
strong.
I'd like to die beside some people who know how to drink.
Oh.
What is your role on this quest? What can you do?
I'm a warrior.
You fight with a sword?
Sometimes. Sometimes an axe, sometimes a bow.
Hand-to-hand
Sometimes two
combat.
swords. I can punch. I'm no monk, but I can hold my own in a tavern, bro. But no, I tend to prefer weapons. Lots of different weapons.
I don't know if I clarify myself as a monk either. Oh.
Oh, I suppose you should know that my brother is coming along too.
Oh.
Who's that?
Janquay.
Janquay?
Yeah. It's the best archer I know.
Oh. Well,
Oh, we know a better archer.
Perhaps.
you should have a competition with the redhead one over there.
Ambassador Kenishirasu?
The very one.
Yeah, I've heard she's a decent shot.
Hey, hold on.
Correct.
Decent shot. Hold on. Watch your mouth. I just met you. You gave me a drink. Doesn't mean I love you.
Well,
Can I
Janquay...
overhear this conversation?
Yeah, very much so. Until telling you that Janquay has won the Maladeth archery competition for 12 years running.
12 years?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Looks like it's gonna stop there, because
Yeah.
Kenna told us she's entering. Yeah.
Oh, we'll see. He can hit a bullseye from a mile and a half away.
She can do it from 2.
Can she?
Yep.
Well, I look forward
I
to fighting
remember-
alongside you then. Hopefully she's not as drunk as the rest of you when taking her shots.
No. Even if she's drunk, I remember this one time. We went out, all of us together. We went out. We were on our way back home, and this snake had jumped out of the bushes. And before I even blinked, she had shot it inches from my face.
Thought she
I
was a
was there,
ranger.
this totally happened.
I didn't think she was one to shoot the snakes. I thought she was one to charm them. But
No,
yeah,
no, it was too late. She had to protect me. It was a very, very poisonous asp.
that is a somewhat worthy cause, I guess.
Hit it
Oh, is
square
this-
between the eyes.
There was this one time, Janquay? He shot a man up the nostril from 800 meters away.
Has Janko ever curved an arrow? Kinda has.
Janquay can curve 2 arrows in 2 different directions from the same shot.
Yeah, bullshit. I'll have to see you try. Let's see him try.
Alright, I'm gonna use my special ability to see if he's lying right now.
At this moment,
It's curious.
a second elf comes up to the bar and... Brayden, we should get ourselves back. I've got a restaurant tomorrow. We can't have you hungover. I see you've made some friends. Good evening. How are you all?
Drunk.
Enjoying the life.
Please excuse my brother. He has a drinking problem.
Oh, you're Janko?
That would be me. I see you've heard of me.
Yes, because of your brother here. Guess what? This is Kenna Sharasto over here.
Oh, my lady from Drathnor Keep. I hear an exquisite archer. I look forward to fighting alongside you then.
I've been hearing much the same about you.
Oh, it's the archery competition. Don't worry about it.
I wasn't.
I can shoot, but
Yeah.
it's nothing special.
Should be an entertaining one to watch at least. When it comes time for the competition.
Can I have another?
Of course you can. Here, have mine. And you'll enjoy that. It's gut bust.
Okay,
Comes from the dwarves.
You're a good guy.
And it's much the same as the last one you had. Gutbuster is a dwarven drink. Comes from Lower Pazutna. Tastes like acid, knocks you out cold if you drink enough of it.
So what on earth is it made from?
Death.
Gutbuster? I haven't got a clue.
But it's just
The
strong as hell.
dwarves call it holy. God only knows. I don't know. They worship anything that can kill you, especially if it's in a glass.
It tastes like Bastu's feels. Oh, goodness. Oh.
Drink.
Well,
Oh.
have you worked with Rax before?
In a way.
Worked is a bit of a loose word, but yeah, kind of.
We went to Arenti with Rex.
The last mission I was on with Rax, unusual drow turned traitor on us. And went a bounty hunter and assassin.
Oh.
Are you talking about the fake Rex?
Drown.
No, his name was... Fuck, I've got this written down somewhere. Vraskin?
Was he an archer?
Very much so. Him and I used to have competitions on the weekly.
Oh. Oh, awkward.
World.
Well, I hear he died. Honestly,
Yes.
I
Yep.
celebrated.
Oh, good.
Wait. That guy?
Vaskrin, yeah.
Yep.
Guy who shot you in the eye, by the way.
Ah, that
Yep.
bastard.
Oh yeah, we ended him.
Oh, good.
That fucking prick.
Then maybe the Lady Kenna is as good as she said.
It was an insane fight. And in the last blow, he shot toward her 2 arrows. As she shot, she backflipped. Mid-flip. Pulled the arrow. Lined up the shot. Straight through the eyes.
You sound like my brother.
Lucius, less shots next time.
I don't know what you mean. I'm perfectly capable.
Well, Vaskrin and I used to have friendly archer competitions before he turned into an arsehole. Perhaps, Lady Kenna, you and I might find some similar camaraderie, although I'd appreciate if you didn't try and stab me in the back.
I would appreciate the same.
That sounds like a good deal. Well, it seems like we've met most of the party. You would be the group from Drathnor Keep. I understand we're going with Rex. Does anybody know who this guy is? Milayan? Milowayan? Milowan?
Does
Milawan?
not seem familiar.
Milawan, I think. Yeah, see this. I don't know what it says, and he'll sort of wave the piece of paper around in front of you. You see your own names. You see the names Braylon and Janquay. And you see a name Milawan.
Not familiar.
And Vrax is
No.
top. No?
Not ringing a bell for me.
But it's a fucking mage.
Where did Maverick go?
Always damn wizards.
You went to take a
Your
nap.
shady looking friend?
Who's shady?
Or
He's having
the
fun with
Kalishtar?
Drathnor.
They went upstairs together.
He looks shady. You mean shady? Oh, what do you mean by that?
I don't know, he looked dark and gloomy.
Oh,
So,
oh, that's
who is this mysterious one? Milowan.
Milawan? I don't know, but it sounds like a mage.
Ooh.
I usually know most of the people that Frax works with, but that's a strange one. I'll have to wait and see, I guess.
During the conversation, I'll face over and just tap on my messaging ring. Oh no, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Goodness me,
Oh.
how drunk are you, Lucius?
Oh, I'm over the moon.
Well, I had to go and meet somebody for the silent. Apparently they're coming with us tomorrow.
Oh, joy.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'll tell you
Okay.
what, they don't seem normal.
Also,
I can only describe them as a shifter.
shifter.
I don't mean the race.
Oh,
No, first they were an animal, then a human, then an elf, and a dwarf.
Ooh.
They were behind me, in front of me, all around. Like some kind of grand illusion. Didn't ever let me get a strong hold on their eyes. But they were like snake's eyes. Most strange.
interesting.
She called herself Milawan.
Oh, well, interesting. So we just now. Hey guys, I think I know who. Well, Iona has met this Malawan.
Who is?
I don't really know. I just know she said he has like snake-like eyes, and they were everywhere but nowhere at once, and he seemed like a shifter.
Shapeshifter.
Shapeshifter.
Been a shifter once.
Where did you see this Malawan?
I don't know. I don't really know where Iona is. We went to go meet someone. But I guess when Iona returns, we can ask her. But she seems just as confused as we are. This will be fun tomorrow.
Are you guys still at the tavern?
Yep.
I'll be there in a minute.
Okay. See you soon. Bartender, another.
The bottle's there. As are the glasses.
Glug, glug, glug.
I'm gonna hold my glass out, expecting you to pour it.
Oh. Let me see if I pour correctly.
Give me a dexterity check.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay. Yeah,
That's a
do.
14.
That'll do.
Oh,
Most of it's in the glass.
There we go.
I have a feeling I'm going to be needing to help take someone up to bed at this rate.
So, Brandon looks at you. We were going to head back, but... seeing as we're comrades tomorrow, I can't help but ask, what did you do to deserve this mission?
What haven't we done?
Are
Where
you
do I start?
Are you being punished?
It seems like it, right? The gods have a cruel fate, cruel sense of humor.
Cosmically, maybe?
My brother and I, we may have spent some money that wasn't ours.
Oh.
And I think this is our punishment.
Probably. This is a suicide mission for all of us.
What do you know
We will
of
be fine.
Shurishar?
The goddamn thing. I'm not the proper one to ask.
Well, I've never been. It's hidden from the world. But they say it's guarded by Illumbog. The great ancient white dragon.
I've never fought a dragon.
No?
I've had dinner with one.
I've had companions lose limbs and lives to dragons. Well, specifically a dragon.
Which one? What color?
His name was Yanandarak. He was a black dragon.
Ooh.
40 of us went against that dragon. 3 of us survived.
Black is my
What
favorite
the
color.
That's how we met Vaskrin.
Jesus.
If it wasn't for Vaskrin, none of us made it out that day. He saved me, Vrax, and my brother. Though the rest of our company perished. Ever since then, we've worked a little more quietly. Primarily for the monarchy of Halgania, occasionally for the Silent. Which category do you fall into? You work with the monarchy, or you work with the Silent? I know about the Lady Sharasso, but do you all know each other from older days, or have you been recruited just for this mission?
We are. I'll turn and look at them all. My family.
We work for Drathnor Keep.
That's good.
Family is a surprisingly fitting way of putting it, yeah.
Drathnor Keep, you say?
Yep. The pile of rubble.
What do you know of the lady who came into town yesterday?
What lady?
I don't know, she wore a long coat. Hair tied back. She may have been in her late 30s, early 40s.
Apparently nothing.
She appeared to a very large collection of wands.
Oh. Did you speak to her?
No, I was told to tail her.
Oh. And you're not dead. Okay. Lucky you.
No, we didn't interact with her. She went straight to the grandfather. We don't mess with that.
Straight to the grandfather. No. You no.
Yes, she spoke with him for about 25 minutes and then she left.
Hold on. She went straight to the grandfather, and as I say that, I'll turn and look directly at Kenna and everybody else.
Lucius, I'm a little confused.
She had another woman with her.
A woman.
Yeah, an elf.
Well, a long coat and wands. That's Danyetta.
Oh, that was my guess. All right.
The other woman, long blonde hair, very, very beautiful. Look like
Elvin?
very much so.
Lorelei?
I didn't catch any names.
I'll draw a picture. Oh, well, I'll try. Draw a picture of Lorelei.
Give me a performance check with disadvantage.
Yes.
Oh no!
Yes, sir. Ooh.
You guidance.
No.
So I made a stick figure.
Is that an ogre? She didn't look like that.
No, no.
Here, she looked like this. And he draws a picture and shows it to you. It's 100% Lorelei.
Oh, Lorelei. So, give me 1 second. So, how do we feel about this, guys?
Wait.
Danyetta and Lorelei have come to Melodeath and went straight to see the grandfather when we ourselves had to go through hoops to see the grandfather.
And they didn't even come to see us?
I am past being surprised by everybody lying to us.
I'm not surprised, and as I say that, I'm going to pick up the cup and crush it on the bar.
At this
I'm
moment,
not
you hear a
s-
voice from behind you. Lucius? Are you drunk? You turn around and you see Lorelei.
Oh,
Behind her is Danyetta.
We were definitely not just talking shit about you.
Wait. You guys are... We have a mission in the morning and you're drinking?
Don't worry.
it's gonna be hell.
Please start as a celebration.
Yes, I too celebrate when I have to go to a mysterious citadel that's been hidden for hundreds of years to rescue somebody who should really be able to defend themselves in a life or death situation in the middle of a mountain that no one's visited.
Good, you too.
Yes. We were called here by a halfling. Apparently we're to come with you.
You were called by a halfling and you just went.
Well, let's just say that the options not presented to us very kindly. They took Veronica.
Vixen?
Yes.
And Elva was also being held. So we had to come. We were told that Veronica will be released upon our departure tomorrow with a gentleman called Vrax, who I thought was an assassin.
Wait, they took them from Drathnor Keep?
Yes.
This is
Well,
a problem.
Veronica. Eldrin was here already.
This is a problem.
Is it?
Yes. First of all... never mind, I can't say it. Things are moving weirdly.
Yes, the Silents seem to be pulling all the strings in any direction they wish.
Yes.
It...
You have a pretty vested interest in what's going on.
Nobody knew the grandfather's identity apart from those within the Silent for over 150 years. And now he's arranging meetings left, right, and centre.
Seems they've had a change of plans.
I don't think it's the grandfather.
I think this is slightly concerning.
Think that's a fake grandfather?
Oh no.
Lorelei looks to you. I've never known a halfling to live 120 years and still look young.
I think I understand what you're getting at here.
I'm not suggesting they've been replaced by a clone. I'm suggesting that the Silent aren't being frank with us. The grandfather that is pulling the strings is not the one that has been introduced to us all.
Can we go talk to the grandfather right now?
No.
You wouldn't
He
have a clue
finds
where to
us.
find him.
We
He
can
finds
talk to
us.
Kavan.
That you
I
can.
need to talk to him right now.
You can talk to Kavan.
No. Well, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to be a
as good
good
as it's gonna
conversation.
get. He's in lucky number 7.
Well, I have... We talked to a god yesterday, and I have some new powers I could use.
We talked to a where? You talked to a god yesterday?
Yes. Just hold on. He gave me powers, and I can use these on this so-called fake grandfather.
You heard correctly.
Okay. Perhaps that explains the drinking. Are you sure the drinking came after meeting the gods, right?
It
Long
really did.
after, and I thought
And
as well.
you appear fairly sober, Lady Ken. least one of you has their
Barely.
brain screwed on.
Wait, hang on. You
Well,
saw God?
Oh my god,
Oh.
Leopold. I can't.
I thought you were
oh,
being
Leopold didn't see a god.
metaphorical.
I find this story far more believable now. Very well.
I forgot you weren't there.
So, you wanted to talk to Kevin?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is going to be, and I hope to be there. I'll just be quiet. I don't think I should be talking at all.
Lucius,
Can you
Probably
walk?
be
smart.
talking. No. You should always talk.
Lucius,
I'm
can you
gonna-
walk?
I'm gonna grab some water from behind the bar. I'm gonna take the first one. I'm gonna dump it over his head.
Who's that? My head?
I'm gonna take the second one.
Yes.
Drink it. Just drink it.
Oh.
At this point, I'll head
Daniela
over
looks
to the
at
bar.
you. Can I understand your purpose, but perhaps this might be simpler. And
Oh no, this was more fun.
she puts a flask of yellow liquid on the bar. Just take a mouthful of it.
What is this?
We used to use it on a certain... when she didn't stop drinking.
Oh.
Okay.
Hold on. Do you have some more of that? Because we should go upstairs.
It'll only take you a mouthful each.
We need to get Maverick before we go, and he might need some as well.
I'm just gonna use the earring.
Mm-hmm.
Maverick, you might be busy. We're leaving. We're going to the casino. Just speak with the silent, not for gambling.
So you know that funny video of a cat on the front of a car, and then they beep, and the cat jumps, but then it's changed. They go, boop, 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 and then that song kicks in. That's all you
I
hear.
don't know the one.
You do, however, get a very small response from Alamore going, "Are we required?"
I mean, I'm just in the
No.
middle talking to Aaron. No, but you've been missing a lot recently. I thought you might want to join us.
He looks at you, Maverick.
You don't have to.
10 minutes?
Sure.
Make
He's,
it 15.
he's asking Maverick. He's not asking you guys.
Oh.
Make it 20.
We'll be down in 5. And then he looks at you. Don't worry, they'll expect us to be 15 minutes late.
I do believe that's considered a cock block that we just did.
Well,
Yeah, just about.
well, we have nothing else to do while we wait. Bartender.
Water.
The brandy is
Water
on the
all around.
bar.
Oh,
Water?
Lucius finished it.
No, I didn't finish it. I was trying
Hey.
to.
He lifts up a bucket, puts it on the middle on the bar. It's full of
I'm
water
gonna
and
grab the
ice.
Bucket, stroll straight over to Lucius and dunk the bucket over his head.
Bartender just...
I'm just going to. As he's going to dump that, I'm going to just jab him in his face.
Alright.
Jab him in his face.
As you do so, Iona just puts a couple of fingers up and blocks the punch and holds your hand. Just roll with it, Lucius. It's about time we got some answers.
Oh, okay.
You want to see the grandfather?
Yes.
I know where he is.
As I put this bucket down, I'm going to clap Lucius on the shoulder and just say to him, "Hey, feeling awake and alert now? Feeling good?"
I'm always awake and alert, even if I'm drunk.
At this
Well,
point,
he's certainly
Braylon
gonna
sort
be
of turns
more
around and...
awake alert, huh?
That's the two I was talking about. And
Yeah.
we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah. I see
In the
you.
morning.
And
Farewell.
I'll lean down to Braylon. You see the blonde one? I danced with her.
Okay.
Aren't you jealous? This is Lorelai, one of the most beautiful women in all of Drathnor.
You'll see tomorrow.
As we leave, I am quietly going to just use control water to clean up the mess and sort of give a small nod to the bartender.
Yeah, I'll take
Sure,
one as well for that as well to help clean up.
Give me a performance check, Larry. Or Larry? Okay, there we go.
That's a that one.
Brilliant. Okay, as you start cleaning the ceiling with the water on the floor, Leovold's shape water takes over and starts creating some sensibility out of this situation.
When me and Alamara finished, and we come downstairs, and I see Danya and Lorelai. What the hell are they doing there? Here?
Oh, God.
We were demanded to be here by the Silent.
Oh, just another thing we didn't know about then?
We didn't know about it until we arrived.
Veronica.
You mean Veronica Lavonna Vixen?
Yes.
I just wanted to say it.
Yeah.
That's such a funny name.
Lorelai turns around to you. Yes, my daughter was kidnapped.
Veronica.
Don't worry, Lola. We'll get her back.
We're wondering why on earth they want me to turn up to a fight.
I'm not sure either. Is this something you know? Or...
I doubt it. Well, we have a lot of information. But not useful information.
How are things going on in Drathnor Keep?
Pretty damn good. Gnome turned up a couple of days back.
Lyric?
Phenomenal builder. No, Kimmick.
Kimmick. There we go.
Phenomenal builder. He's really helped. The dwarves are doing a wonderful job.
Perfect.
Rook, your father has been a total asset.
My what?
Your father has been a total... Your adopted father, she means.
Oh,
Has been a total asset on organizing and creation. Yeah, no, it almost looks like home.
Wow.
I'm glad to hear.
Daniela sighs, and
miss them.
I haven't been back since you guys left. But I hear good things.
We try.
Yeah.
Well, shall we go see the grandfather?
Yeah, let's do that. I want to sighs, and I had to do this, but I'm afraid you'll all have to be blindfolded.
I understand.
Again?
Oh, before we go, can I ask you one question?
Yeah.
How do you know where the grandfather is?
Because I work for him.
What?
Sorry, because you what? I didn't hear that.
Because I work for him.
Wait, who's saying that? Daniela?
Iona.
Iona.
Oh,
Oh yeah, of course I know.
Yeah, okay, right.
You have all been told.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. She looks over to Daniela and Lorelai and don't even. Look, I'm sorry, but here. She reaches into a pouch and starts pulling forth scarves. You can see that you're not the first people she's taken to the grandfather.
Take it and wrap my eyes.
Look over my face.
And, Maverick, Leovold, Daniela, I guess.
I will.
No
put on
divination
the
magic,
blindfold.
please.
I would like to try to keep track of direction.
Okay.
I don't have any divination magic.
She doesn't know that.
Alright.
Okay, this is going to feel slightly uncomfortable. And you feel yourselves being led out of the tavern. And then nothing. Like you're floating in the air. You feel a light breeze on your face, but other than that, you have no concept of turning or movement as you float in the air.
Where did you learn this trick, Iona?
It's not me. About 10 minutes pass in almost silence. You hear a few sounds. But you hear the outside of the same shop multiple times. Even Kenna gets turned around at this point. And eventually, you stop. You feel yourselves lowered and you stand up on the ground. You may take off your blindfolds. This is a voice none of you recognize.
I'll do so.
As you do so, you see nothing but darkness. And then a strange bit of light floating around the room, various different places. Half the face of a halfling appears briefly. Quite the group.
I'm gonna cast Ghost Light.
Okay. You do so. No change.
We still don't see. Oh man. Wait, I have the robe of eyes. Do I not see anything? But I can see invisible creatures and objects as well as see into the ethereal plane.
In the ethereal plane, you will see something. But
Oh.
what you see is like a series of hexagons, all slightly colliding with each other. It's as if the room is on a series of planes simultaneously.
Okay.
I apologize for this. And then there's a blindingly bright light. And then suddenly the light dims to normal and you see a halfling sat in a chair. He looks at you. Well, there's quite a lot of you. Questions? He looks to Iona. I don't remember making myself available. But regardless, you're here now. Ladies, it's nice to see you again. Well, go ahead. Ask your questions.
Who are you?
The grandfather.
I've not met him, right? Have I?
We did once, if I recall.
You saw him in a room, but he led Lucius away.
Right.
No, did we also see him in the meeting hall, or no? That was just Lucius.
Yeah, you're right. You did all see him in the meeting hall. This is one and the same halfling. Well,
Excuse me, Lucius. I'd like him to say, "Who are you?"
I have many names, but most call me the grandfather.
No, that's not what I asked. Who are you? Not what do people call you.
My birth name was Taraya. I was born in Maladeth. What else do you want to know?
I'm gonna cut right to the chase.
Mm-hmm.
You're not the real half father. Who are you?
Says who? What does the real grandfather even mean? I am the one that the majority of the silent believe to be the grandfather.
Yes, because something happened to the real grandfather.
No, nothing happened.
I'm gonna use my
Yep.
my power to see if he's telling the truth.
He's telling the truth, 100%. Nothing happened to the real grandfather.
But
So
the title
by
is changed.
saying that, you're admitting that you're not the real grandfather, though.
It depends what you mean. Do you mean am I the one in charge of the silent, or do you mean am I the one that everybody calls the grandfather?
Are you the original grandfather?
No, the silent were created over 700 years ago. I'm a halfling.
So the grandfather is just a term for the leader?
Traditionally, yes.
God damn it.
And yet
Traditionally, but not now.
Recently, well, somewhat recently, we found need to interact with more authority.
So what
If you wish to
speak,
speak in specific terms, I am the right hand of the leader of the silent.
So essentially, what you're saying really is a change of modus operandi.
Precisely.
Maverick, you had a question?
I thought the silent didn't get involved with actual things.
That was until we heard rumor.
Rumor? What rumor?
140 years ago, on a continent far to the east of here, a strange group of people arrived, and the plane of shadow collided with the material plane. We do not believe that any one nation of Eldessa will stand up to this force. Ever since, we have been trying to bring the countries together and stop the war, but subtly, behind closed doors. In the last 10 years, we have begun to move more forcefully.
In 140 years, they've not succeeded and you've not succeeded?
They being the people that came to the land far to the east? No, but the magic there is powerful, beyond anything we have here.
So you said it was a continent, right? What continent, or would we be familiar with it?
Listras. No, as most people, you know there are continents to the east and west, but travel between them is sporadic at best.
Right, that's fair. That's fair. I was just wondering for geography purposes, that was all.
80% of their land has been taken over by these people. They call themselves the Shadowvale. Recently, we discovered that 4 of the other continents of this world have fallen to the Shadowvale.
Okay, well that suddenly explains...
A continent close to the east called Milton. The last few on this continent of Listras. And those, of course, of Anarchaea, but, well, who wants to take over that godforsaken land?
So that explains the change of policy as such. A newer threat that's greater than anything that was
The Silent have always been created to act in the best interest of Eldessa. Not Algania, not Arenti, but Eldessa.
Yet, our entire lives, every country's been at war with their neighbors, on and on and on.
Somewhat. But
a little more now than normal.
The numbers of men who will be lost until war broke out from Novello only 4 or 5 years ago. Don't worry, Kira. Until war broke out 4 or 5 years ago, which we believe was inspired by the Shadowvale themselves, the numbers dying were minimal. And, frankly, we considered the countries better off with small wars than no wars.
Who wants peace?
No, but the issue is that when you force peace upon a country, when the war comes, it comes drastically. Have you ever tried forcing peace on a race of warlike Dragonborn, for example? But we played it subtly. The wars are between minor tribes, border skirmishes, until suddenly every nation went to war simultaneously. And we were blind to this.
So, let me just get this straight. So for 140 years, there's been this threat of an invasion, and for 140 years, no one thought to ever, I don't know, be open and truthful with the people who live on this fucking world.
All the leaders of all the relevant nations are well aware of this threat.
And yet, in 140 years, nothing's been done.
Plenty has been done.
Not enough, obviously.
Do you see any strange Shadowvale on your land? Do you see any plane of shadow on your land?
King that was replaced by one, yeah, and by that caused a shit ton of deaths that wasn't necessary. Yeah, I do see it.
Yeah. And yet, it has been 140 years, and this is the first ground they have made. The Shadowvale first landed on the shores of Eldessa 128 years ago. As yet, they have no foothold worth mentioning.
So what you're saying is things have been happening, and for all this time the people have been sleeping and not knowing.
Those citizens, yes. So why would you?
Why can't they get a foothold in Eldessa?
Because it's defended.
Oh,
but
forgot it.
Recently, war broke out in every nation simultaneously, and
let me guess, those defenses are no longer as effective as they once were.
Well, some are. But without Selene, we're nothing.
Maybe if people knew the real threat, they'd band together.
Yes, let's panic people for 135 years to fight an enemy that no one can see, detect, or find.
Or maybe spend that 100 and whatever fucking years actually working and making progress to detect it, and with everyone working together, get closer to it. As opposed to...
How long have you been on
shadow.
this planet, young one?
What?
How long have you been on this planet, young one?
19 years, 20 years.
Yes. In your idealistic, tiny little mind, what is it that you think people would do if they knew about this threat?
I'd like to think that they would do the right thing and help each other to stop it.
And yet some of those very people who they are helping, or are helping them, may be Shadowvale.
Sure.
If no one suspects anyone, it allows us to root them out one by one.
Oh, yes.
In
and
the
how
last
have you done that
137 years, we have killed 240 million Shadowvale across the continents.
And yet, you still haven't fixed the issue. So, good job on that. Well done.
I appreciate your sarcasm. But
Just a quick
we've done
check.
quite a lot.
Just check real quick. What's the rough population of the continent? Any estimates that anyone would have? Any ideas?
At last guess, which was last month, he goes to a desk, he pulls out a document. There are 83,247,586 citizens that we have counted
Holy shit.
in
So
the
you're
lands of
saying the
Eldessa.
amount of Shadowvale that are being killed outnumbers the population?
No,
3 to
this is
1?
across 3 continents.
Oh, across 3. Oh.
In Eldessa alone, we have killed over 90 million Shadowvale. Yes,
What's
that does
more than there
outnumber.
are people in Eldessa?
Indeed.
How do you kill them, Zuby?
Sorry, what was your question, Matt?
How do you kill them if you can't see or find them?
We watch people's movements. We wait for something unexpected to happen. Something as simple as a man forgets an appointment or starts treating his wife differently. We have developed a poison. It's slow and subtle, but it does nothing to the majority of citizens. And to Shadowvale, slowly their disguises erode away.
So does Maverick have one Shadowvale kill on the Purple King?
No.
Why is that poison not put in all food? All drinking water? All alcohol?
We tried that, but unfortunately we have to change the poison on almost a weekly basis.
Does seem a little dangerous.
Not to
Don't know how it
mention,
affects them.
longer-term effects are not pleasant.
Oh.
When consumed in large quantities, we must control the substance very tightly, and it is only a
Well,
tiny quantity.
You also said that it almost always isn't affected to regular people.
In the
so it
doses
has
that we
to-
give it to people when they inject. No, we have had... when I said almost, it is because one particular race is not affected by it. It does nothing to the Dragonborn.
Oh.
So then we have to watch more closely. However, the Dragonborn have a tendency to be violent, wild, and erratic, so watching them closely is fairly difficult.
Just so I'm clear, where exactly are we?
We're in my quarters.
That's not what I mean.
Maladeth. Somewhat.
That's also not what I mean.
You're in a
We were
place that
floating
is
in
secret for a
space.
reason. That is where you were.
How are you doing it?
I do nothing.
We're in
I am-
between realms?
I am no magician. But perhaps it is time to introduce you to a comrade, as you will be traveling with them tomorrow. Malawan, please. And out of the wall, you see, starting off wooden, the face of a being. And they step fully into the room. You'll have to excuse Malawan, holding his own shape is very difficult for him. You may see transitions in the next few moments, but it is him that has brought you to this place. He is an invaluable asset to the Silent, and he has been for hundreds of years.
Is he throughout the entirety of the city, or do you send him to come get us and he transports us here, or
Malawan laughs.
they?
Greetings. I do not travel the material plane as you all do.
I see.
I spend the majority of my time in what is called the void, the gap between planes. Which is why, and you see his face is morphing, but his eyes stay the same always. They're dark green with black slits down the center, and they appear to flit about constantly. This is why I may seem unusual to you.
Fascinating.
I'm sorry, what was his name?
Malawan.
How did you become like this?
I didn't. I was this. I am this.
You come from?
Exactly where I said, the void. But once, somebody called to me. And travelling between the planes, a being was lost. They introduced themselves to me as the grandfather. 200 years ago. And he showed me some pleasures in life. Simple things. Drink, food. Unusual things for one of my kind. And I discovered that I liked the prime-material plane. And so we came to an agreement. That is continued with the leader of the Shadow Veil to this day.
An agreement?
An agreement. I help them with hiding and with arranging certain meetings, and they in return provide me a safe place on this material plane to be myself.
Wait, you're working with the Shadow Veil?
Silent,
No,
sorry. I think I
Silent.
said the Shadow Veil earlier by mistake. He's the Silent. Please, my appearance must discomfort you. I will step
Not
back
at
into
all.
the shadows.
No,
You're fine.
I'm a
you have to be
gigantic
joining us
orc.
tomorrow.
Perhaps, but not in the way you might think.
Hmm.
I will be near.
I
But I
will
am
help
to keep
get-
you hidden till the last moment possible, and to try and discern the nature of the hiding that is on this Shiro Shai.
Okay.
With us, I don't mean to speak for everyone, but I don't think you need to hide yourself.
Be that as it may, but some of my forms are very uncomfortable to certain people's eyes, especially those of the elves.
Ooh.
When I
The
first
elves.
lit the room, for example. That happens occasionally. I would not want you to go blind.
Ah.
And besides, it takes a lot of concentration to keep myself to these normal forms that you see.
Understood.
You see him retreat into the wall?
Grandfather, I had 2 questions.
Yes.
One, why did you take Veronica? It wasn't necessary.
Unfortunately, this one, nods to Lorelei, is a requirement for the mission.
Well, I'm pretty sure if you'd let us talk to her, she would have came.
Sometimes it is quicker to do the harder thing. Veronica
Well,
has been
she's-
safe and peaceful at all times.
Well, she's here now. Can you please release Veronica?
Veronica is not here.
Where is she?
Never thought she was.
5 minutes after Lorelei left, she was released in Drathnor Keep.
Oh,
Well,
well then.
there you go.
That
Well, that leaves
true,
what's in
Rook?
it.
What was that?
Is that true?
Haha, is that true?
Yes, yes. 100%.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Lorelei must go with you.
Did you say unfortunately? We would love to have Lorelei.
Unfortunately for Lorelei, she is no warrior.
Hmm.
This
Are you
is
sending
not a
her as
safe
a
place.
sacrifice?
No. I'm sending her because Lorelei can do something that you all cannot.
Run a brothel?
Many, many centuries ago, Lorelei bonded to someone. She looks. So? What's that got to do with anything? If they have replaced the Lady Selene, the bond will not ring true.
What does that mean? Oh my goodness.
Lorelei sighed.
To do with the royal family?
When we were but 18 years old, the Lady Selene and I swore a blood bond to each other. It is true that when I see her in more vivid form. I understand. So I'm the insurance, in case we've got the wrong person. My grandfather nods. Danietta coughs. And as you didn't deem to tell me why I am necessary? My grandfather laughed. Well, firstly, you're here to protect Lorelei. Secondly, you're here because you were causing too much trouble in Karat. Sorry.
What exactly was you doing, Tanya?
I was hunting the Bloodsinger.
He
She's
wasn't
here.
there.
She's here.
Yes, we know that now.
Well, what trouble was you causing?
We may have asked a few orcs forcefully.
Oh.
What do you mean forcefully?
For goodness sake, Maverick, I mean that the group of us tortured some orcs to find the location of her so they would stop laying siege to Garena.
Well,
Okay.
this is why we should start having more conversations.
What did you want me to do? Let Garena burn? We dropped 12 tribes from the attacking of Garena.
I'm not here to get into a measuring contest with you.
It was worth the orc sacrifices.
It's disgusting, is what it is.
Yes.
Did you go to where I'm from?
Yes.
What is it like there?
Hell.
I see.
You think what I've done is bad? They capture prisoners from the outskirts of Garena and they bring them back and use them as body slaves.
And you torturing them makes
And they
you
eat
know.
them.
And you torturing them makes you know better than them.
You're entitled to your opinion. I did what needed to be done for the sake of our country.
And you'll have to live with what you've done.
Yes, I will. And I will do it again if I must, for the sake of my queen. And frankly, whether you like me for it or hate me for it, whether you believe in my cause or not, I've stood at the royal side for a reason. And I will continue to do so.
Grandfather, I have one more question. Something
Yes?
that's been on my mind and niggling me for a little bit.
Sorry, which one are you?
My name's Leovold.
Oh, right, okay. Ah, yes. Sorry. I'd forgotten about you. You didn't turn up to the meeting yesterday either, did you? This morning?
No, I
you know.
was preoccupied.
Oh well. Never mind. What can I do for you?
So you said before about the sheer number that had been caught in Eldessa.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that I wonder is, with so many being caught, how is it that there's only been a small handful of known cases of these Shadow Veil being found by just regular people? How is this some coincidence? Just some freak accident? How's there been so many and no one's really seen, or very few people have seen them?
How many people have you seen die labelled?
A few. A few, to say the least.
Phew.
We're racking them up.
And of those, how many were in any important situation in terms of politics?
Hmm. A few.
And of those, one was a Shadow Veil, was he not?
True. And one was a dragon.
Maldranic was different.
Indeed.
His
Maldranic
loss
was.
was felt across the entire world. The new Keeper of Dragons does not have the same outlook on life. The dragons are lost to us.
Ah. That's.
They fight their own wars now. He gave his life because he fell in love with Drathnor. What an idiot. Give me a
Is
second.
Maldranic a special kind of dragon? Or can all dragons
Sorry, give me a second.
transform?
I'm sweating to death. Is Maldranic a who with a what?
Was he a special kind of dragon? Or can all dragons transform into
He
human
was the
form?
Keeper of Dragons.
Hmm.
He gave his form up to encase all chromatic dragons. That the metallic dragons had rounded up across all the continents, and keep them under wraps. The price was that he was stuck in the place at which they were born. Drathnor Keep.
Dragons were born in Drathnor Keep?
Sort of, yes.
Cool.
Not so much. They don't hatch there. But the eggs are kept safe there. And have
And are
been
there-
for many
Are there
millennia.
more eggs right now?
No, with Maldranic's death they were taken. But not in
Well.
the part of Drathnor Keep that you guys know.
That we
Isn't
know?
it?
Why do I feel we have more problems looming
Many
on the horizon
miles
again?
beneath the ground. That's where the dragons lay their eggs.
More fucking secrets.
Yes, well, unfortunately, you are a young group who, until now, were fairly irrelevant upon the world. Did you expect the leaders of various countries, nations, just pop round for tea and share their secrets?
No.
They plan
I
on
don't
us
expect,
working for them.
Oh,
Sure, like
that
a
is
drop
why
of
you're being let in.
I don't expect them to pop around for tea and tell us anything. But I still think I have a right to be upset, to be angry.
Well, let's hope that your opinion doesn't reflect that of the general populace, or
I have one more question.
when shit gets out, we're gonna have a hell of a problem. Yes, you are right, Lucius. Yes, go on.
You've killed a lot of Shadowfell. Do you have any artifacts from them?
Any autographs?
Artifacts.
Sorry, that was a very strange question.
There's one
May I have your autograph, sir?
That mishearing, Jesus.
I have a couple letters with his autograph if you want them.
I'm looking for
I
for a
have-
Luvon trading card and a Torian trading card. If you have them.
We have
Oh
many,
my God.
many artifacts of the Shadow Veil. And they are all kept in one place.
Can I see them?
How long have you got? Don't you have a mission in the morning?
I do.
Well,
But
their place of keeping is a continent away.
Oh,
I see. What continent?
Milton.
Okay.
They are kept within the Grand Banks of the Genasi Confederacy.
So who do you answer to?
The
You
leader
said-
of the Shadow Veil.
Yes.
The leader of the
Who
Silent.
is?
He does not answer
Yes.
the leader of the Shadow Veil.
Got it.
Who is the leader of the Silence?
That is not my place to discuss.
I mean, you can do whatever you want.
No, I cannot.
We won't tell.
But it will change your actions and your ways.
Oh God, it's
Therefore, you
someone
are
we
not
know.
party to know.
I'm gonna look at Daniela suspicious of her.
Daniela laughs and don't look at me. Like kidnapped Eldrin. And no, I have no idea either. The leader of the Silent has been a secret for 150 years since the last leader fell. Is that correct? And she looks at the grandfather. Well, by technicality, the last leader of the Silent was also a secret, but it came out, which is why they died.
What would we have to do to possibly find out this information?
Usurp me.
We serve you.
Usurp me.
That's the only way we can find out.
There is only 2 people who know the
Well-
identity of the leader of the Silent. One is me, and one is the leader.
So be
Well,
it.
3
Well,
actually, technically, because old Malawan over there.
I'm gonna pull out my sword, ready to do exactly what he said.
Go ahead.
Well-
No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Go ahead.
Hold on.
I put it back
Alright,
away.
please
I'm just
indulge
joking.
me.
I'm just
Take a
joking.
swing.
No, I'm just a joke. I put it back away.
Well, we won't be making any type of odes to you this time. I think I'm going to. Oh, I need to think.
Do you always do so drunk?
I'm not drunk. I'm
No,
sober.
but you were drunk.
I was. Let's just say I need to reset.
What did you think of Braden and Janquet?
I like them.
They're very,
They're a
very
good
good
time.
warriors.
Mm.
Absolute thieves. Excellent
Aren't we
warriors.
all?
No. Not all of you. Some of you. I looked at some of you. But not all of you.
You really think I'd be a thief? Think I could make a good thief? I don't think so.
My friend, I think you would be an unmitigated disaster. In fact, I think you are an unmitigated disaster, but you'll be a useful one this time.
We have the greatest thief we've ever seen, and I'm gonna point at Maverick.
Oh, yeah.
He stole another man's heart.
Please,
Oh,
don't bore me with yours and his relationships. Not interested. Although, it will be useful. Or may have been useful. Maverick, have you decided to go with your friends tomorrow?
Maybe I have, maybe I haven't.
No.
What of it?
That's all.
It what?
That's all.
It's what all?
No, he said that is all. He just asked. You didn't tell him. He doesn't give a shit.
you know, I do find it a little bit irritating that you seem to not have any interest in us so long as you can't use it to control us.
Frankly, I'm disappointed.
In.
How is it, after 150 years of cultivating agents, the one selected to save Lady Selene were you? Some of you have barely seen 20 summers.
Well, please, we don't enjoy being the pawns of people like you. So if you've got other fuckers, let them do it. Or in fact, maybe you could do it instead
The
of just
leader
saying
of the
ordering
Silent,
commands.
the leader of the Silent left strict instructions that if the Lady Selene was to disappear, it was to be you 6 and 3 agents of my choice.
We
Then-
pray on
The
it.
Silent picked us.
The leader of the Silent picked you, yes.
And take
Well, I
your
certainly have
And
no idea why.
I
but-
will tell you, you were picked 10 years ago.
What are you talking about?
What?
They
Each of you
picked-
was picked 10 years ago.
Children.
We picked
What?
to save Selene 10 years ago because they knew Selene was going to be captured 10
In
years from then.
any situation where the Lady Selene was endangered, each of you was
We're
chosen.
chosen as bodyguards 10
We were
years ago.
children.
And yet, some of you were trained. Most of you were trained.
What?
But-
What are you talking about? Trained?
I don't get it though. Like, fucking. Why?
Yes, don't worry,
Like,
you weren't trained. You were an unhappy accident.
Oh, I already know that.
But the rest of you were.
I wasn't trained for anything.
You were trained.
Wait, hold on.
We've been used our entire lives. That's what he's saying.
Well,
No,
speak
no,
to the
no.
leader of the Silent. I didn't select you.
Hold on. You said we were all. Myself.
Yes.
My father?
Which one? Each one trained you, did they not?
Are you saying.
Your first father was fortunate to train you in the way he did, and helpful, and it is the reason you were selected. Your second and third fathers were selected. Yes.
You're saying the only reason why Lucius even came to me.
It's because he had to. This is why I don't answer questions. Nobody ever seems happy with the answers.
Wait, how are we all trained? I don't understand.
When did you start learning to fight, Rook?
Alright, you got me there. It's when I was little.
Not only that, but how many other good, friendly, incredibly strong orcs do you know?
My mom.
Yes, well, it was a bit late for her.
But I taught myself how to control my magic.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
But then,
And where did your magic come from?
Well,
You think it was a happy accident after walking into a house that happened to be strangely haunted?
It was a church.
The details are irrelevant.
You're telling me that I went through that trauma to then be used as a fucking pawn 10 years later?
Yes, bring it up with the leader of the Silent, who I won't tell you who they are, because frankly, you don't seem particularly impressed with them right now. However, I will admit that
I
despite
only joined
my
the Cup
disappointment...
Brothers after the death of my sister. Or am I feeling a little paranoid right now?
No, your sister was not killed.
so
Besides, your training began before.
I'm feeling like there's an outlier here. Like,
Yes, that would be you.
Where the fuck did I fall into all of it? Because I wasn't trained.
No, you
or
were a happy
anything.
accident, like I said, because the sixth person that was selected was your mother.
What?
And then she turned into a bunch of trees, and, well, you were what was left. Admittedly, a
No
very
wonder I
useful
don't-
bunch of trees, but...
no wonder I don't know who the fuck I am. I haven't had a choice since the beginning.
And yet, I'd like to think that in some ways the leader of the Silent worked quite well, did they not? You have a bond together. I believe that you said to Braylon that you are family.
Yes, that's true.
And that is natural, is it not? No one selected your friends for you at the keep. Besides, I like your two additions. She's powerful, and he's quiet. Animor looks to him, and yes, well, perhaps I've learned that asking questions of you doesn't result in happy answers.
Can we just go get Celine?
Not until the morning. You need to wait till Vrax gets back.
Malawan,
Yes.
can you take me out of here?
Not yet. I must take you all together.
I'm ready to go.
Brother Alari.
I am surprised to find that destiny is really just peer pressure. Let's do whatever.
Rook.
I am ready.
Maverick.
Get me the fuck out of here.
Leovold.
Yeah.
Animor. He looks at him like, why the fuck are you asking me? I don't want to come in the first place. He nods to Iona. The blindfolds are for your safety. They're not because you need to not find the place. Please, put them on. And Iona will hand you all the blindfold. Is anybody resisting this? Or are you all happy to put them on? Good. As you put them on, you feel that strange floating sensation. But this time a voice in your mind. We are currently in the plane of fire. And the plane of ice. Tartarus. The seventh layer of hell. The celestial plane. Home.
Where is that?
They didn't tell me where to drop you off. Vrax will find you here. And Iona turns to you all. Says you may take off your blindfold. And as you do...
Take mine off and burn it.
Well, don't worry, she's got plenty more. As you do, we find that I can't make the map disappear. Please sort your shit out. You stand on a... Oh, no, that's not what I'm looking for. You stand on a hill. And you look over to a castle. Similar to that you grew up in, but a few changes. A couple of parapets. And the town seems bigger. I see a man at the gate. Standing next to a gnome.
We all have those like earrings where you can talk to each other, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm taking mine off and dropping it on the ground. And I'm heading for the church.
I'm gonna pick it up because he probably will need that later.
You feel a hand on your shoulder, Maverick. May I come with you?
Sure.
Thank you. A message comes to the rest of you on the earrings from Alamor saying, I'll keep an eye on him. You look around, Kenna.
I'm looking for the graveyard. The most recent graves.
You will need to enter the city for that.
I will.
As you approach the gate, you see an armoured man that you don't recognize, and Gimmick, the gnome. The armoured man bows low. Greetings, travellers. How may I help you?
Spending the night. Back home.
Gimmick turns to him and... Please, that's... I'm so sorry. Welcome home. When the gates open. You see that some buildings are in a state of construction. One particular building, however, seems remarkably grand to your left. It appears to be a tavern. However, it is 3 stories high. And large. Over to your right, you see a church. A new one. And in the back is what appears to be a large graveyard. The old church still stands. Maverick, you're headed there.
Yeah, to the abandoned one.
Yeah, the old abandoned church still stands. On the outskirts of the town. Leovold, where will you head?
I'm not sure. What are my options really at the minute?
The big tavern? Some of the strange shops around, or the keep itself?
Let's go to the keep itself.
There's
then.
also a grand marketplace in the centre of town. As you get over to the keep, you see swarms of dwarves and men working upon this castle. Most of them seem to be doing decorative work. There is definitely work going on within as well. Brother Alari, where are you headed?
I'm gonna turn to Lucius. Are you okay?
I'm in a constant state of confusion, and I lift up my hand. And I know you feel it, and no, I'm not okay, but I have to be.
Get some rest, at least.
Well, before that, I have someone I have to go see. I'll head to the graveyard myself as well. I want to find Lucius's grave.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go ahead and follow Maverick to the church.
So, out of curiosity, while I'm walking around and walking towards the keep, looking around, if I may, is the place being sort of rebuilt and redesigned to be sort of close to how it was originally?
It's bigger. It's way bigger. You see some shops that you recognize immediately. Bardic Tales, for example. And the Velvet Pearl, as it was before. The Dancing Dryad has been built almost in its exact previous form. However, the Dusty Minstrel is conspicuous in its absence. Where the Regal Squire Inn was is now a 3-story inn. Cabbage and Tater is still in the same place, but appears to be slightly larger and grander. So, yeah, some of the things are a bit different. The fountain that once stood at the center of the city instead now depicts a golden dragon with the water coming out of his mouth. And is far larger. The large church is even larger now, and the old abandoned church still stands at the back.
So the city walls have been built further out then to accommodate
Further
all this
out
expansion?
and far higher.
Drathnor keeps got an upgrade.
Very much so. One other thing you notice is that some of these buildings appear perhaps protected in some way or reinforced. Some of them seem to have facades of metal. Some of them even have magical effects on them. The certainly most potent potions, which looks nothing like it once did, has a name that is written in sort of dancing lights that maneuver in various ways. You can see Kimmick's influence here, but the keep has been built as closely to its previous form as it was before, except with an extra spire at the very top.
So it seems like Drathnor Keep is keen on making sure that doesn't happen again.
Very much
Or
so.
at least making it a lot harder to.
Very much so. You also notice that small battalions of dwarves are making their way around town. Usually led by a human, but the group itself is made up of mostly dwarves, and these appear to be guards, and they are constantly patrolling. You've seen 4 of these groups merely within sort of 100 foot of the entrance.
Wow. So much that's the same and so much different.
You notice a martial aspect of the town, but you also notice that villagers seem bonded. Whereas before, people might stop and have a quick chat on the street, but it was 1 or 2. Everybody stops and greets everyone here. And you can see eyes turning to you. Some you recognize, most you don't. In some ways it feels like people are noticing that you've come home, but in other ways it feels like you're an outsider. As you reach the doors of Drathnor Keep, and Kenner and Lucius get to the graveyard. Brother Alari, sorry, where did you say you were?
I was following Maverick to the church.
Okay, and Matt, Rook, where did you say you were?
I would immediately be going home to find my mother.
Okay, so Leovold and Rook, you will reach the doors of Drathnor Keep. Kenner and Lucius, you will reach the cemetery. And Maverick and Animal will reach the abandoned church with Brother Alari another way behind. We shall take a short break and return soon. Welcome back. And so, Maverick and Animal, you reach a church. Untouched by the war, untouched by anyone reconstructing. You see one dwarf is sat outside, keeping an eye, but he doesn't even blink as you guys get close. Animal is silent behind you. You hear footsteps behind you, somebody's following you, but as you glance back, you see Alari and... Oh, please, carry on.
I'm just gonna walk straight in.
Okay. You do so, and this place is much as you remember it, but not quite as dark. A window has been repaired. And on the wall you see a tapestry. Other than that, everything's as you remember it.
Are there skeletons still there? Because
No.
obviously they're not bodies anymore.
No.
Okay.
The place is clean. It's just as you remember it in terms of the positioning of things.
Right. could I have a layout?
As you enter in, you see a wall on your right and left. It's a fairly narrow room at first. It's like an entrance hall, I guess. There's a tapestry on the left, and on the right is sort of a glass-fronted bookshelf, upon which are some various different items. Not quite trophies, but memorabilia, if you like. And then a large door stands in front of you. Through the door, which is open, you see a singular long carpet leading up to an altar. The altar has the mark of a god on it, though you're not close enough to work out what god. You see 2 candles on the altar, both unlit, and a window behind it which has been repaired, though in stained glass as it was before. The stained glass depicts a flower in bloom, and standing over it a woman who bends down to it and appears to be guiding the flower some way. To the far left through the door you see a staircase leading up, and to the far right you see a staircase leading down.
Leading down to where?
Have you ever been down there before?
Well, it depends. Where do you want my little incident to have happened?
I believe it happened upstairs, but you can go down.
No. I would be like
Going back to the scene of the crime.
Yeah.
Okay. As you head upstairs, you see a room that looks like it's used to some form of office-y, administration-y management. You see a new carpet on the floor where there were once corpses. And in the back right corner is a large cupboard, which you may also recognize. There is a desk, and upon which is a singular red-bound leather book that looks aged. And up on the left-hand wall is the same tapestry you saw in the entranceway.
Why would I recognize a cupboard?
I thought you hid in a cupboard. Oh, okay, my bad. There's a cupboard. You don't. You've seen it before. It's old furniture. That's all.
I have seen cupboard. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
I'll like sit on the floor where the bodies were.
Mm-hmm.
I just like stare at the ground for a while.
Okay. Alamore stands sort of 10-15 feet away. And Brother Alari, as you come into the church, you see a man walking towards the stairs. He's old, human, but old, perhaps in his 90s. He walks with a stick. You see that he's come from downstairs. No, you've never seen this man before. You can see he's come from downstairs and he's beginning to head upstairs, but he walks very slowly. You see the same altar, the same tapestry, the same glass-fronted bookshelf. Where are you going?
I'm going to walk up to the old man and say,
He turns.
help you with that.
Visitors. More visitors. Are you with the people that came in just now? I tried to come up to greet them, but I don't walk as fast on the old legs anymore.
It's very kind of you, but don't worry, we won't be staying for too long. It's nice to be home again, though.
Home. Yes, it is that, although in some ways it is not anymore. Though my role will never change. Forgive me for prying, but you seem like a priest of some sort yourself.
That's what they call me.
I hope you find peace. I hope you find what you're looking for. Though why it is in my office, I have no idea.
I'm only here to support a friend.
A worthy cause. Please, go
Sorry,
ahead.
I don't think I've met you before.
No,
Certainly
very few
never been
people
to
here
this
have.
church before.
No, the church has been slightly renovated for my purposes. I've been given a room downstairs. I used to have a room at the old temple, but it's a little grander now. I keep the graves. Though I no longer dig them, of course. My whole body couldn't manage it. But I keep the graves, and I say prayers to the dying. My magic allows me to see the lines between life and death.
Cool. I'm certain the dead are grateful for it.
I hope the living are grateful for it, for that is why I do the work. The families of the lost are the ones that truly suffer.
It's very true.
Please, go ahead. I don't want to hold you back.
I'll nod towards him, and then I'll go up the staircase.
Okay, you do so. Sorry, it didn't play what I wanted it to. I need to go and pick it back up again. Oh, come on, don't do this to me. Where are you going? There we go. Okay, you head up the stairs and you see Maverick set up on the floor and Animal standing behind him, watching over.
I'll walk up to Alanmore.
Hey.
He's taking it.
I don't know. Looks like he's walking through memories. What is going on in Maverick's head right now? There's an echo on the music, Josh.
What?
There's an echo on the music.
Sorry. He's kind of like gone back to that day of coming into the church and seeing the dead people and seeing a monster and then thinking about how it was all orchestrated and like, as he's like trying to process those thoughts, he starts like welling up and then like starts crying.
So you do so, 3 spirits rise around you. Each one bows their head. And to center, they all put their hands together. Sort of as if playing that game where you put one hand and the other on top. And see a small shining light. And then they're gone. But in the space beneath their hands, it's a small locket.
I'll open the locket.
At first, when you look at the locket's picture, you see yourself. But then it flickers slightly. You see Animal. In the other half of the locket, you see yourself. Then you see your parents together. And then you see yourself again. As you touch this locket, you feel an air of magic, just slight, shimmering.
I'll close the locket. And just like hold it really tight in my hand. And then not like directing it to anyone, just kind of like talking to myself. I don't understand. I went through that on purpose?
There's no response.
I've been trying to forget about that night ever since. And it was all just a plan? I was just used?
All you feel is a thrumming warmth from the necklace.
I was just like, don't say anything, I just keep crying.
Animal speaks softly behind you. What are you holding?
I'll just pass it on.
As he goes to take it, he sort of leaps backwards. Please, don't make it go away. What is that? You don't feel that?
You alright?
No, the locket, the necklace thing. I saw memories. Memories of 3 people I didn't recognize. They were killed. I saw their deaths.
They're the people I found.
They were murdered.
Yeah.
No. He was a thief. He got caught. And then they killed him, but he rose again. As some sort of monster. It was horrible.
When was this?
I just saw it in the necklace. Do you not see that, Maverick, when you hold the necklace?
Oh.
Maybe, I don't know, put it on.
I'll take it back and put it on.
And as you do, you see a young boy that you recognize to be yourself creep into this very building. It's abandoned and dark. But then the memory goes further back. You see a family. 2 brothers and a friend. They're eating a meal. And there's a break of a window upstairs. One of them goes up to investigate, dagger in hand. The man at the window shoots him in the chest. He yells out, and the other 2 come up the stairs, swords in hand. And they kill the thief before he can reload his crossbow. But the thief, he rises again as a strange bone horror. He kills them brutally. And then wanders around looking lost. Give me an insight check, Maverick.
It's a dirty 20.
The look on the thief's face, it didn't look like he expected anybody to be here. You then feel another memory. A man, perhaps 80, 90 years old. The decor here is strange, but it's still the same room. It's old-fashioned. He dies, a girl holding his hand, peacefully in his sleep. Before that, you see a woman. The old man holds her hand. She passes peacefully. At this moment, you realize you can stop these memories. It's by concentrating on making it stop. You've discerned the nature of the necklace. For most, they will see memories of people who've died in the area violently and rapidly. But for you, you can choose what you see and what you don't. Do you see the deaths of any who have died in this place? Do you stop the memories?
Yeah.
When you stop the memories, when you feel a heartbeat, it's not your own. About 8 foot behind you to your right. You realize that this necklace will always show you the heartbeat of Animal. And where he is. At this point, an old man comes up the stairs quietly. I couldn't help but overhear a yell. Is everything okay? Young one, what troubles you?
I won't say anything.
He looks to where you're sitting. In the renovations, they found 3 skeletons there. I hope they weren't your family. It's always harder for the loved ones to go on. He turns to Brother Alari. Your friend was looking for peace. I don't mean to be rude, but he doesn't seem to have found it. Could I perhaps make an offering?
I'll nod.
He bows his head. Walker of Spirits, show this young one your peace and your serenity, not in death but in life. In this moment, as he's saying this, you see a spirit rise up next to him. Alari, you've seen this before, but there's usually 3 of them. They usually belong to Maverick. You notice this too, Maverick. He takes a breath. The spirit comes over to you and places its hand gently upon your shoulder, Maverick. This would normally result in a feeling of hope, empowerment. But to you it doesn't. It just feels like a soft touch on your shoulder. Just a reassuring touch. You might still feel sad. You might feel angry. I don't know. But what you don't feel is scared. You feel safe. We'll leave you there. Lucius and Kenna. You reach the graveyard. You see a young man, perhaps in his 20s. He appears to be a half-orc. He looks up from a spade he's holding. But this is not for digging graves. He appears to be a gardener. He looks up to you both. Good afternoon. May I help you?
Truthfully, I don't need any help. I know where I'm going.
Looking for Zakir Shirasso.
I will help you in a second, ma'am. Let me show you to it. If you know where you're going, sir, I may warn you that you may find the layout a little different. Some of the headstones were broken in the wall.
Lucius Claudius Victorius, where is he?
Still exactly where he once was. His headstone was not broken. Please. Would you like any flowers?
No. I brought something.
Be at peace. He nods to you. He turns to you. I'm sorry, ma'am. The name?
Fakir Shirasso.
I'm so sorry, ma'am. Someone's currently visiting that grave. Is that okay?
Yes. Please.
He gestures over to the far right. You see the bowed head of your mother. The floor is with you, Colonel. The man looks you briefly in. Would you like any flowers?
No.
Very well. The lady came almost an hour ago. She normally leaves in a couple of minutes if you wish to wait. And I don't mean to pry, but if you wish to wait somewhere privately, just over there, and he gestures towards what looks like a sort of small round building, you gather this to be his shed. There's coffee on the stove if you wish. And he looks down, sort of shy, leaving you to your peace.
I'll go wait out of sight.
As you wait out of sight, Lucius, you reach the grave of Lucius. You see that there is a small urn that's been placed upon the grave, made of pottery, within which is soil and a small plant, just a shoot. It looks strangely akin to the one that you were nurturing, though not identical.
I'll walk over and slightly clear the headstone if there's a little bit of dust there or a little bit of dirt.
It looks like it's been attended to today.
I'll sit there and just lower down on my knees. Hey, Dad. I had a pretty interesting conversation today. Ever since you died, I've been trying to follow in your footsteps. And since then, I've been lost. I find myself constantly angry and also looking for some sort of guidance. I don't blame you, though. But I'm left with a question. Was any of it real? Was I just part of some quest or some order? And on my way here, I found myself thinking that I've always tried to go with what I've been led to do. My father before you, and the one before that, Yorick, Phelan, and then you. I think it's best if I found my own way now. I came here today to just thank you for all that you've done for me. Thank you for giving me the name Lucius. Thank you for allowing me to be your son. And as I say that, I'll remove the cloak. I fold it up, put it on the grave, and I remove the hands of Astorius. Fold them, put them on top of the cloak. With this, Lucius, I give you back your name. I'll find my own way. Thank you.
We all do in the end, you know. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to overhear your last words. It's just we happen to be visiting the same grave.
Why are you here?
Lucius gave me life once.
Did he?
Yes. I was coming from the Eldon Monastery. I was beset upon by thieves on the road. I ran and hid. I came across Lucius. He took me in, fed me, guided me, set me on a brighter path. I returned to the monastery, knowing more about myself. He was a good man.
It was. And who are you?
I have many names, but these days they just call me Guide.
Well, hello,
Hello.
guide.
The man before you is Elven, and standard Elven. I used to take people up to the monastery at Yeldo, but in recent times that role has become unnecessary. I don't wish to teach, and so I find myself wandering Old Road's history.
That sounds nice.
I'm sorry to intrude. It's
No
just
intrusion.
I had something to add to my gift that I'd left at home. May I place it?
Please.
And he takes out a device that you maybe vaguely recognize. It's 2 metal battens, approximately a foot in length each, joined by a chain. He puts these around the plant. In life as in death, I protect you. I'm so sorry, I'll leave you to your peace.
Okay. Even seeing him here won't give me peace just yet.
From the sounds of it, I've got a lot of questions.
I do. But asking questions is what's gotten me here in the first place.
The
I
true
think I've been
answers
asking.
are in your heart, you know.
You sound like Reyes.
Reyes, you know Reyes?
Yeah.
I taught him once. Though. Yes, far surpassed me these days.
Yeah, he's quite the character.
If you know Reyes, then perhaps you recognize this stupid plant.
Yeah. He gave me one.
I hate to tell you this. It never grows. Unless your
Good
one is
job,
different,
Reyes.
but mine is 500 years old.
Oh. Well, we'll see if I'm able to grow it at all.
I think it takes sacrifice. It was always my failure as a monk.
Yeah.
I never sacrificed.
I think Reyes has given me something else. He gave me. I guess he's given me the courage.
He's good at that.
Uh,
I pray it is the courage to forge your own way in life.
yeah.
Though I find that normally begins with taking a path we don't want to.
It seems so. I stand up. I dust myself off. I look at the cloak and the gloves once more just to give it the last goodbye. And I'll turn to guide. And I'll extend my hand. Hello, guide. My name is Killian. Nice to meet you.
Killian. That's
Yes.
an Eladrin name.
It is.
My admiration for your people. Yeah. In
I
that
hope to learn
case,
more about them.
You can call me Couler. That was my first name.
Oh.
And if you wish to know more of the Eladrin, I know a few in the world that could tell you more than I.
And they are?
No. He means he doesn't know of any, really.
Oh,
Apart
okay.
from the Eladrin themselves.
I got you. Yeah. I guess on the journey I go. But
Walk
first, I have to go save a queen.
A worthy cause. If you ever have questions on the Eladrin, you can find me in my new role. And he gestures over to a small building to the west of Drathnor Keep. It looks like a dojo.
Huh.
I don't train there. Well, I don't teach. But I provide a place for others to train alongside me.
Maybe I will.
If you ever have questions. As long as the world doesn't fall to pieces, I should still be there 100 years hence.
Well, in 100 years I'll come find you. Thank you.
Be at peace, Kelvin.
I'll bow. And I'll walk back to where I saw Kenna separate from me. And I'll just wait.
You're passed by a woman that you recognize to be Kenna's mother, but her head is bowed towards the ground. She does not look up. Kenna, you notice your mother leaving.
I'm going to go over
Sorry, to the grave or to the mother?
to the grave.
Right, okay. Please do.
I'm going to summon Shakar and probably just spend a few minutes sitting on the ground with her wrapped around and sheltering the wing and just hug her knees up to her chest and just stare at the grave.
As you stare at the grave, you see what has been left on it. I'm not sure you understand it. It's a drawing of a very, very young child. A babe. And it's framed. It rests against the headstone. There is no writing on it.
I'm gonna pick it up.
It ain't you.
Yeah. Kinda had that feeling.
No, instead this is a male. It looks a tiny bit familiar. Give me an insight check with disadvantage.
Ten.
You know it to be one of your kind.
I'm gonna
But
set
it
it back
looks
down.
drawn over 60 years ago.
I'm gonna set it back down. And hi, Dad. Oh, gosh. You know, we didn't talk much. I spent my whole life trying to hide who I was from you and from Mom. And it turns out it was destiny and didn't matter at all. Probably just sit there a few minutes longer and then get up and go to find Lucius.
Before you get to Lucius, however, somebody comes running up to Lucius. Lucius! Lucius! Have you seen Kenna? Somebody said she was in town. You recognize this to be Kieran.
And I'll smile, step back. I'm pretty sure.
Oh no, not robot at that moment. Maybe reconnect. But
Yeah,
carry on for yourself. Yeah.
But yeah, I'll step back, and I'm pretty sure Ken is within eye shot.
He looks over. Her father.
Yeah.
Her mother's a changed woman.
I'm sure she is.
Broken.
She lost so much. It's only right. But I'll as I see the corner of my eye kinda approaching, I'll step back, giving them their privacy in their area.
Kieran just looks at you. There's a smile on his face, but sadness in his eyes. Welcome home.
Indeed.
Oh, sorry. He's looking at you, Alora. Kenna, sorry, not at Lucius. Saying
I think
welcome
in the
home.
robotness, I missed something.
Kieran.
Oh, Kieran's here.
He was looking for you. He found Lucius and asked where you were. He then said that your mother was a changed woman, a broken woman. And as he saw you, he put his arms out. There's a smile on his face, but sadness in his eyes, and he just says, welcome home.
I did not desummon Shakar, by the way, so a
I think that's
horse-sized
the
dragon
smile.
is following me.
I think that's the smile. She's magnificent.
How are you?
I'm good. I've got something to show you when you've got some time.
What time is it at the moment?
4 o'clock. 4:30.
We'll be leaving in the morning. Until then, I think I'm free.
Oh, she might not fit. Lucius can come if he wants. If you want. It's
Sure.
just,
I'd love to.
well, I'm so excited. And he leads you over out of the graveyard and behind that which we've still got our guide on the screen, sorry. Let me take you back onto the map. He leads you over to where the Dusty Minstrel once was. And instead, set against the walls, you see a shop. It's called The Formula.
This is yours?
It is. I had been pursuing some of the magic that I was learning from Daniela, but something else called. I discovered a talent. Come in, come in. And as he leads you in, you see scrolls and books, each one set on a pedestal in glass. And above these, bottles. They're not potions. They're beings.
Okay.
Watch. And he goes over and takes a light blue bottle. And as he opens the cork, a small air elemental comes out.
It's fascinating.
They serve.
How?
I met a man. He called himself Kalen. He was a genasi, but he was no air genasi or earth genasi, but all air, earth, fire, and water. He taught me to find elementals and to befriend them. He was,
I shoot a kind of.
he was kind and gentle, but very wise.
Kieran?
Yeah?
That man's my grandfather.
I know. Well, I guessed. He knew your mother. We came here to visit her, and, well, I decided to stay, and from the way she spoke to him, I kind of thought. You never mentioned
tried
it.
to kill me.
You what?
He tried to kill me. Of course, he didn't know, probably.
No,
Unless
that
he
can't be
did.
him. He's so gentle, so peaceful.
He led an army of Genasi people against Teluria.
But he lives alone. He's a hermit. I've been to his home. When was this?
When we left,
But he found me on the road when on to Teluria. That's where he lives. He was just a hermit. I stayed with him for weeks. He can't have. He was with me. It doesn't make any sense, can it?
neither does anything these days. I don't know what to tell you.
The man. He was an earth genasi and a water genasi, a fire genasi and earth.
Yes. All of the above.
And his eyes?
They were exactly as I'm about to describe them, because I remember.
Oh, they were filled with fire.
Yes.
Sorry. Kieran smiles and, well, that's not Kalen. His eyes are gold. He says they're unique.
I changed my eyes to gold with thaumaturgy.
No, not like that. They're liquid. They're not like real eyes. They swirl. They're beautiful. They're amazing. He talked about something he had to do the last couple of weeks. Said he was seeking out someone from his past who had done wrong to the Genasi. Maybe he knows this person of yours. But they're not the same. They can't be.
I won't tell you not to trust him, because you do and you know him more. Just be careful.
Well, he bought me this shop and he left, so there's not much to trust. He said he may see me again, but what he was going to do was dangerous. He also told me about someone else. A man they called a grandfather?
What about him?
Well, he called him an evil bastard. And said if I ever see him, I should listen to anything he says. It didn't make much sense.
That sounds accurate.
You've met him?
Oh yeah. We're old friends.
To say the least.
Hmm. So tomorrow you leave to save Celine? I still can't think of her as a queen. Ridiculous.
Crazy old rat lady.
Crazy old rat lady.
She never used to be able to match her makeup. Let alone lead an army or a country. I know it wasn't really her, but, you know. I can't. Here. Please, take this. It gives you a small red bottle.
What's in it?
She's called Ember. She's not very big yet, but she'll grow just like Shakal. She doesn't speak much, but she's pretty awesome. And she doesn't die. She just goes back to the bottle. She'll fight for you if you have the bottle. It's my way of giving you some protection.
Well, Kenna, seems
I'm just gonna give him a hug.
I didn't forget you for a minute. Think about you all the time. Ken, have
Please
you
be safe.
seen your mother?
No.
I visit her every day. She thinks you're gonna die.
I might.
But I did tell her if you do, it'll be such a heroic moment.
Well, you should have seen the last time I almost died. It was beautiful.
I bet. Did you kill the bastard?
Nope. He flew off.
Then I pity him. It's the next time you see him. He's toast.
Literally.
You want some dinner?
That sounds really good.
Have you been to the tavern yet?
No, not this one.
Well, something happened while you were gone. You know old McHale?
Yeah.
He got married
No.
to Courtney.
No.
I tell you what, you've never had food like that in a tavern.
How?
The third floor's a restaurant. The second floor is a bar and it's kind of posh. And then the bottom floor's as it was. McHale basically owns the city these days. I'll take you out. Come on. Are the rest of you here?
No, we're all here somewhere.
We'll get a table for 20. And if they come, well, feed the lot of them. Come on, I'm rich these days. Let's go.
No, you guys go on ahead. I think I'll take a walk.
You want some dinner? You know where we are. And
Thanks.
as he heads over to McHale's, now known as the Regal Squire Inn and Cuisiniere, we flick, I'm sorry for the wait, to Rook and Leopold. As you reach the doors of the keep, you see a dwarf either side. They
Dwarf
nod
either
to you.
side. I'll nod back and open the doors if they're not already open, and
You
get
do
on
so.
in.
As you go in, you see there's some construction work going on downstairs, though the upper floors seem to be completed. Most of it's decoration, but there's a few rooms still being filled out. Neville, where are you going?
I'll take a few moments to look around. I mostly just want to see how things are going, really, and see what feels familiar.
Almost all of it. Even the carpet's the same colour.
Really take more care to make it look like it did before, huh?
There's a few small exceptions. Each door is now iron-bound. And you see a lock within each door. And you can see that the dwarves have taken some care that this is now... There's an outer ring. It is a sort of 3-foot wide corridor that seems to lead the whole way around the keep. But inside that, everything is as it was. And you see in these 3-foot corridors stairs leading up and down, as if they don't go anywhere, they just go up and down. And there are slots in the walls. But these slots don't point outwards, they point inwards.
Interesting. Intriguing.
It's martial. But other than that, it's home. And on that note, Rook, are you headed straight to your home?
Yeah, I don't pay any attention to anything except for looking for my mother.
Okay. And as you reach the entrance to your home, there are 2 men outside. And they hold a javelin out and they cross it across the door. Speak your name and business.
Please, just let me see my mother.
Your mother?
Yes.
You are Rook?
Yes, I am Rook. Please.
She's waiting for you. Go in. And you can see a small smile on this man's face. You don't recognize him, but he looks like he's in the regalia of Garena. And the door opens. You look over at the table, to the left in the kitchen, and there sits your mother.
I'm gonna just walk right up to her.
She stands and she tries to speak, but nothing comes out. You see tears in her eyes, and she just hugs you.
Yeah, I just put me down and like fall to the ground.
You hear a small sound at the door, and then you feel a hand upon your shoulder. As you look up to your left, you see your father. Your real father, not the twat that you killed.
I was gonna say. Look at him.
I was so worried about you.
They escorted us to Drathnor Keep with 100 men. Someone's looking out for us. I was so scared for you. They say you're gonna rescue the Queen. That sounds like suicide. Oh, my son.
Something's have to be done to protect those that we love.
They do.
And I'm sure you heard about what happened here while you were away.
I also know who did it. Son, sit down. I have to tell you something.
I have something to give you. I'm just gonna take all of my dad's items that I have, like the ring, the amulet, and all that stuff, and just drop it on the floor. And then lastly, I'm just gonna drop his head on the floor.
My boy. Son, you have a sister.
Wow. I know. I'm gonna actually like start laughing.
She's evil.
That she is. I've heard. I was actually just sort of in contact with her, but I chose not to meet her.
Don't ever, and if you do it with your sword. She's a bane upon the earth. The day she was born. I'm so sorry I never told you. I'm so sorry you heard from someone else. I thought if I pretended she never existed, she never would.
Well, none of that matters now. But apparently, she has created some kind of truth in Eldessa.
We've heard.
Not truth.
Even the evil, heartless daughter of mine cares for her son.
So, yeah.
And she leads an army. What about you? How's your army coming along?
My army? If you're talking about my friends.
Yeah, those little rats.
We've been through hell and back, but no matter what happens, we always stick by each other's sides. And I don't know what's about to happen tomorrow. Some of us may not make it back, but...
Don't say that. You'll fight them all off. I know you will.
We have to. We have to get Celine back.
Come. I've got dinner in the oven. Sit down, have a meal with us. And, did you have any plans for that? And she nods towards the head.
No, I didn't.
She picks it up and she launches it into the hearth, where it burns. Good fucking riddance.
It's just as good of a plan as I could have had.
And we go back to Leovold. Leovold, as you head round, one thing you notice is that the majority of the populace here are dwarves. We are nearly done.
Departure from the previous.
Yeah, Pozutna has severely reinforced. But you see
a lot of the dwarves have found a new home here, or is this just...
You're not sure.
An occupation.
But you do see a girl you recognize. She used to bully you. Elizabeth.
Oh, her.
She looks up and... Leovold?
You.
You're famous now.
Am I?
All of you. The Lady Kenno. They say she's the ambassador to the Queen.
That she is.
Who would have believed it? And on that note, I'm afraid we will end. So please, we're going to come first to Allura because I know she would desperately like to leave, as we will be headed to Critical Role as soon as we can. Don't worry, I believe they're still in the starting soon stuff. So you should be fine.
Right on time.
Allura, your MVP.
My gosh, just this whole episode, everybody's
It was so
acting
much,
and
yeah.
grief, and it was just everything.
Everything. Well, that's not bad. I'm doing all right. I've gotten everything. And I come to Kira.
Facilitating the rebirth of my character.
Oh wait, your character's getting a full rename now, isn't he?
Yes.
Yes.
That's gonna be real difficult.
And maybe another class, but don't tell anyone.
Shit.
Matt.
I'm giving my MVP to the group for, while there's a lot of really important stuff going on, we wasted 45 minutes drinking in a bar.
And that's the reason why they're doing the introductions on Critical Role and we're not there yet. Josh.
Okay, I think just everyone just did. I mean, we always do amazing, but particularly this episode, it kind of like, because I don't really think it was where anyone was planning this episode of going.
Not even me. This is meant to be next week.
Yeah, and it kind of became this kind of, or at least it felt like this very pivotal moment in everyone's like arcs and the story, and yeah, it was just really good.
Good.
And it was so hard not to cry during it.
Oh, me too. Me too. Jamal.
I'm going to be selfish again. I'm going to have to go with the bucket.
The bucket on Lucius's head. Sober him up. Yep, I'll take that. Cow.
A lot of good ones. Maverick and Leovold going to the side to giggle about having new boyfriends is pretty cool. On that note, Kieran definitely boinked Allura's grandfather. You cannot tell me otherwise. And all the party reveals. It was a really good session.
Good. And mine simply goes to the grilling of the grandfather.
Yes.
I didn't even consider that we'd want to go and see him. That was fucking brilliant. It was just meant to be giving you some Daniela power, and some Lorelei power, to make your final journey. And, well, not final journey, but you know what I mean, to finally go and see Celine. And, instead we grilled the bastard about just about everything. And for 2 weeks in a row, I've sat here revealing half the lore. So yeah, oh shit, we're gone. Cool. Bye. I did not mean to click that button. Oh well. See you guys. Bye. Fuck it.
Christ,
Whatever.
that fucking chat spam. Holy fuck.
Yeah, it's the
so fast.
It's the non-slow mode start of session, right? To those of you who want to go straight away and go and enjoy, please go and enjoy. Please remember, there's no session next week. Oh my god, Allura will see you in like a month unless you come to Halloween.
Wait, no session next week.
No, it's Halloween next week. It's Halloween next week.
Oh.
We're doing the Halloween one shot. You're all welcome. If we see you there, that's great. If we don't, whatever. We'll see you when you get back. Have a lovely vacation. I hope that works for you. Enjoy Critical Role. For the rest of you, I hope you had fun. I'm not going to answer any questions. I'm going to go and watch Critical Role. You have them, message them to me. Have a lovely evening, and thanks so much, guys. Great session.
Later.
See you soon.
Later, guys.
See you guys.
Sponsors me. They took that check and they sponsor me. You'll see that they self-indulgence? Yeah. Okay.
I can. Just give me a second. Yeah. I've just got to pay you to pay me.
Oh, special thanks to Mary Elizabeth and composer extraordinaire Neil Acree for doing the...
I didn't mean to click the raid button. That was so embarrassing. I was trying to grab my subway and I just took us. I was like, shit. I don't want the adverts. I'm not having adverts in the middle of Critical Role. That can fuck off.
Thank all of you for joining us live in our Twitch and on YouTube. But if you want to be part of the Twitch,
Did you know they made more money on Twitch than any other channel last year? Yeah, what do we think?
Yeah, I thought it was great.
Good. I'm really glad. You never say that. I'm so pleased.
That's not true.
You never say it was great. You often say it was good. You never say it was great. I'm really glad that that's a great episode. Good. That's really pleasing.
Yeah, it was just, not where I thought the episode was going.
Me neither. I thought that was next week. But at least I had the notes for next week.
Yeah, it did kind of feel like this kind of final frontier thing where this is like...
Well, in a way, this is kind of cool because it brings a lot more drama to next week, like, because it feels like you might not survive. I almost wish I had have written it this way around. So I'm quite glad that you guys took it this way. Obviously, this was meant to be. We've rescued Celine. Now let's go home and see home. Now let's get the answers from the Grandmaster. Let's get the answers from you guys.
Where instead it was, let's go home and possibly say goodbye forever.
Yeah. It's possible. It's definitely possible that some of you die.
Oh, you said none of us die.
Also,
none of you can't die. I have defibrillator.
No, that saves somebody from unconsciousness. It doesn't say no death.
I might have to.
It's very possible that people die in this moment. It's also probable that if you do, this is a great moment for resurrection. Provided you get her out. I will tell you for free that if nobody survives, that will be the end of the party. If
But
no one survives,
I'm the squishiest. That means I'm gonna die.
no, if everyone dies.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
If one or two die, but if you fail to recover Celine, there will be no one to
I
resurrect
don't know
you.
what happens to Maverick personality-wise if he dies and comes back.
Me neither. Me neither. I've played the combat twice. Well, there's three combats really. If you die to the guards, you're idiots. If you die to the first combat or the third combat, I've played both twice. In the first one, Lucius died. My first playthrough. In my second one, no one died. 5 of you went unconscious, but no one died. In my playthrough of the second combat, I lost Maverick, Alari, Lucius, and Kenna. The first time. All dead. The second time I did it, only Rook died.
You're telling me that I could die and leave this campaign?
No, you won't leave the campaign.
I don't know.
Well, you'll have to work that out. The circumstances of resurrection might be quite, and the speed might be quite relevant. I would fully expect someone to die next week. I don't know who. I don't understand why it'd be Maverick. Yes, but you're also the least likely to be targeted because of your positioning. Apart from Kenna, you've got the longest range and the most survivability skill in terms of like maneuverability. I don't see why you would die. You and Kenna were the hardest people for me to kill. And I was targeting nobody in particular. Leobald actually was quite difficult to kill as well. Kenna died because she chose to in my second playthrough. I thought, what would Laura do in this situation? Would she try and block something that's going to kill someone else? And I decided she would, and that's why she died. She died to save Leopold, actually. There are multiple moments where let's just say that if Maverick survives, the party should be okay.
And if I don't survive, the party's doomed?
If you die, I think the whole party dies.
Oh, no pressure then.
Because of some story writing and stuff. Yeah, but no, I'm really glad you enjoyed today.
What do you think of my acting?
I loved the play in the church. I'm sorry I didn't give you a description, but I was kind of hoping you would describe it because I didn't know what it looked like in your mind.
In my head, it was abandoned and destroyed. I wasn't expecting
It was.
people or
It
it
was.
to be renovated.
It was, but it had been fixed inside because
Because
it's
in
now-
my head, it like, was no upstairs. Or, I mean, there was a downstairs. In my head, it was basic,
It was.
basic.
Right, that
like,
was
just,
my logic.
Just
yeah.
like benches, a walkway, and an altar. And then
Well, that's
the
what usually when you
altar area is where the bone claw was like hiding in the shadows.
Yeah.
And there's just in
Oh, we
front
had
of
the same thought.
and
That's
then
cool.
just in front of the altar was where the three bodies were.
Right, I had them upstairs.
But because you gave the dead people a backstory, it then had to turn into a place where people lived. Whereas I never, I mean, obviously I didn't give the people backstories.
They didn't live there.
Well, they were
Sorry.
eating dinner and shit.
They were eating well, technically one of them lived there. Yeah, he was the keeper of the church.
Right, but you know what I mean. Like so.
But yeah, sorry,
So that's why I was like.
Okay, but you've got to remember that it was abandoned after they died.
I didn't. I have that in my head.
Okay, right. So it was
I had
abandoned
it
after
in
they
my
died.
head that it was just always abandoned.
I see. Okay. Yeah, so because you asked me to describe it, I went with what I thought was right for me. Jesus Christ.
Crazy, isn't it?
People are gifting subs left, right, and centre. Look at the subs.
Crazy.
There's more subs than messages.
So yeah, but even though it wasn't the church that I had envisioned,
Did it work
for
you?
I think so. I like that you gave the people a backstory.
Mm-hmm.
Not quite sure how someone dies and turns into a bone claw.
That is something that's to be revealed.
Okay.
But I hope that you got a sense of whether that encounter was planned for you or not.
I'm assuming it was. I'm assuming it was all planned.
Damn. I didn't play that very well then. The whole point was the surprise and stuff was that they weren't meant to die and that wasn't meant to have happened.
That's not what I got. I didn't get that at all. I
The
thought
surprise on the thief's face that there were people in there.
I just thought he was a thief and was surprised that people was in an abandoned church.
Yeah, he was. So why would that be planned?
Because everything's planned.
No, right, because your magic is planned, you mean? So
No, because I mean, obviously I wasn't there to have the conversation with Tia, but the entire conversation with the grandfather,
grandfather implied that your magic
Implied-
was planned and you were chosen.
Yeah, but everyone's been talking about fate.
Yeah.
So in Maverick's head, he's at the point where it's like, well, what haven't people tampered in?
Do you want to know anything, or do you want to wait?
I don't know.
I will tell you for free that your magic was planned.
But not
It
that
wasn't
way.
meant to require a trauma for it to come forth.
Right.
It didn't come out how they thought it would, and that trauma happened to spike it.
Right.
It was totally coincidental.
Right.
That you were never meant to go through trauma. You were just meant to have your magics. And that was why I planted the guy there, who had the same spirits that you did, but only one, not three.
Oh, I thought that was just my spirit. That went to
It
him.
was his spirit.
Oh, I did not.
He
get
used
that.
the same magic that you use.
Oh, but it was the same spirit.
No,
Because you
I said to
Alamar-
Alari, you've seen magic like this before, but it's normally three spirits coming from Maverick, not one spirit
thought-
coming from this guy.
I thought you said, oh, you've seen the spirit before, but usually it's owned by
No,
Maverick.
I said you've seen spirits like these before, but there's normally three of them from Maverick. That was the hint. He has the magic you do.
I didn't get that all.
Right. Okay. Well, he does. So, but you're still there. So that's fine. We can pick up there next week. Yeah, he uses the same magic you do.
Okay.
And as far as you know, no one uses the same magic as you do. So,
That's interesting. Because I kind of always imagined that at some point the spirits would leave me.
he can explain that. you speak?
Then why wouldn't his spirit leave him?
He can explain that. I'll leave that all to reveal. But yeah, he was planted there as an explanation system. And I think it just went... yeah, it went straight over your head.
Oh, is it?
Hold on.
Within the natural boundaries of the Serpentwine Peaks, with a lush jungle valley of the Odiran wilds thronged
wish I could
with
talk
life
like that.
and mystery. Here among the vines and mists that choke the uncarved paths of the rainforest, howling beasts in long dormant shadows are rumored to hide among the lost relics of ancient days. Here, the dense jungle canopy is home to numerous towns along the honored trails, where travelers and traders trudge through the dangerous wilds to seek their fortunes. Here, from the central jungle floor rises 5 tower-like mountains that reach for the heavens, where upon their rocky exterior, numerous streets and urban districts have been carved into them to form a singular city connected
We'll finish
by
in a minute and then
bridge
I'll...
and cable. These spires glow with the thousands of lights and lanterns that mark the Odiran Wild's capital city of Drusar, home to the Chande Quorum that oversees and controls the larger populace of the region. The spiraling streets bustle with life and chatter beneath the cloud-dappled blue sky, where the innumerable birds fly among the Simurgh riders that keep watch. Here, in Drusar, is where our story begins. I would like Laura and Marisha to remain at the table while the rest of you exit, if you don't mind.
Oh, that's new.
Ooh, see, that's pretty funny. Maybe you should do that.
What, just take people into a different channel?
Yeah, just have secrets.
Well, I do, but I have it with players.
Have fun. I know you don't mind. I love you. Okay, okay. What if we die before you get here? Okay, bye.
What if we die before you get back? That would be so mad. Write a new character, you just died. Yeah, okay, I can catch up on the characters later. But no, I was really glad that it felt as emotional as it did, and I thought you. Yeah, as I said, I thought it was fantastic in that place. I loved your anger with the grandfather, although obviously he just saw you as impertinent, right? Because he doesn't have the connection to you that the leader of the Silent does. He doesn't understand why you guys are recruited. He has no idea what's important about you. He just sees you as a bunch of teenagers. Like, yeah, sure, you're quite strong for teenagers, but well, none of his trained agents, like Vrax, who's like super powerful, and you're like, he's like, what the fuck, these guys? So yeah, but I loved your anger there. Obviously the moments with the drinking and Alan Moore were fun, but nothing. You know, I mean, they were just part of it. But I loved the way you came and spoke to Lucius. So no, that was fun. I thought everybody was brilliant this episode. Again, Alari took the biggest of back seats, but I think that's okay. I think that's his role now. And he keeps you all alive. Ah. Who is she?
I look a little bit, maybe shy, like I'm trying to hide myself from other people. A light blue dress.
Lovely
just
accent.
Keeping myself tucked back a little bit. And looking mildly uncomfortable as we rattle along. I'm gonna just kind of hold on to your arm, Laudna, if that's all right. You feeling okay? Little sick. I just, you know, I never get used to these things.
Oh, their voices are great.
Human.
I am a human.
Now, Marisha, if you would like to describe yourself.
All right. Oh, goodness. Don't fuck this up. You see a also youngish looking woman. Not as
She's British.
young as Imogen over here. Long, scraggly, dark hair with a shock of white going
Imagine
through
being
the
able to
top
do
of her
voices like
bangs. She has a pulled back into a half-up bun
She's a
with
southern girl.
a rock chisel holding it up. Her skin is pale, and her eyes are big, a little bulbous with dilated pupils.
She's broken!
Almost
Like me!
doll-like.
She's playing Zek.
Her lips are dark, and
She's
she's
gone
wearing
Solok. Warlock's also.
tattered, scraggly clothes, a black skirt, and a blood maroon blouse. You can see she's very thin, gaunt,
Good stats. She's got 5
and
strength.
around her belt, with some tools and odds and ends, is a dead rat with a bird's skull. I made of myself.
Gross. No. You've been here
Fabulous. They're my two favourite characters as well. Not quite. They're not Ford, but still, they're pretty close.
part of this journey.
Sorry. Yeah, no, I thought everybody was great. I thought Kenna and Lucius's moments in the graveyard was super emotional, brilliant.
Yeah.
Loved that, and I liked the fact that I could just not reply. I'm so glad we got to introduce Guide.
Something you're looking for, but
Because we haven't been to Yaldon Monastery. I always intended Lucius to go there, and he didn't. Guide is such an important character,
so instead,
and I really didn't think it'd be this late into the campaign that he got introduced. So I was really, it felt like the right moment as well, because he does pay homage to Lucius, the father. So that was a really nice moment. We didn't get our reveal from Sigravia. Sad times. There's a character from Sigravia.
What goes to
Both.
shifting of
You both know of her. Only briefly, but she's in your Magus Arcane NPCs.
pulling you forward. Some of the nearby birds that have roosted on the cliffside.
Is it
towards
Fleur?
the spire edge itself.
Her name's Zethris. She's one of the guides. There were two guides, Zethris and Leowallan. They're in the Magus Arcane NPCs. So they were. Do you remember I said the guides were particularly strong and they were battle mages who create the portals? They keep the portals.
Oh, yeah.
Well, currently, Akai is playing Leowallan, the male, and his wife Zethris is here in Drathnor Keep. There is reason for that. Maldranic is the reason.
I forget is the
Oh, her accent's so good! This is what I was like when I first watched the first Critical Role of the second one. I was just like, to go. It makes every other D&D watch crap.
But this is where
Well, I like Uxas, but yeah. He's so magical. Yeah, no, I thought that was the graveyard moments were really great as well. I wasn't really sure what to do with Leovold and Rook. No, I knew what to do with Rook. Sorry, I thought the moment with his mum was fantastic. Where he just thumped the head. He's been waiting for that for so
I
long.
know.
I'm really glad you guys got to see Mikhail and Courtney. Do you know who Courtney is? I thought he might be in that situation. Mikhail is the tavern keeper who had the ghost in his tavern.
Right, yeah.
And who looked after Iona and raised her as a daughter. And Courtney is the owner of Courtney's Cuisinière, where you have the cashews.
Right.
And they've married, hence the restaurant and tavern. Yeah, it was kind of a moment in despair that rising from the dust, and it was quite beautiful. Courtney actually lost her husband in the War of Drathnor Keep. Mikhail has been single for God knows how long.
Are you supposed to give tips here? I hope not, because I've never been doing that. No.
Did it sound like I was upset when I was talking?
I thought you were going to cry.
What?
I thought you were going to cry.
continuing the familiar path.
To be fair, I wasn't when it was when I wasn't talking that I was getting emotional.
The moment I thought you were going to cry is when you hesitated before putting your microphone on.
I did.
Yeah. I was like, oh, he's really emotional. I'm really emotional. I was like,
It was the
cry.
moments when I wasn't talking.
I did cry while doing Rook's mother's set, though. That was,
Yeah.
yeah. But no, I knew the emotions were getting intense. That's why I didn't focus on Jamal or Alari, because I don't think they play sad well. And I thought that was really beautiful. I thought Kira's speech at the grave was...
Yeah, but like when my stuff stopped, it was and then with Kenna and Kieran.
Oh, I cried with Kieran as well, when Kieran greeted Kenna.
Oh, see, when Kenna and Kira were doing their thing, I was still like tearing on the edge, back and forth. And then as soon as Kieran joined in, I started to relax. Then I was like, all right.
Oh no, that's when I started doing Happy Cry. That was like a really, really poignant
Although she
reunion.
didn't hug him back, even though his arms were. That was
No, he
hilarious.
wasn't doing a hug. So, okay, right, no, I think she understood what I meant and you didn't.
I did.
He wasn't doing a hug, he was like a... sort of like a, oh my god, you're here
Right,
moment.
I
He
did
was
get
so
that.
excited,
Oh,
like, yeah.
Jesus.
Because I thought I said his arms were out by his side. I didn't think I said even they were out like to hug. No, because they were 30 foot away. So that would have been a really weird moment for him to go, give me a hug, and she go...
Elijah walking towards
I suppose, yeah. But he purposely didn't run to her because she was obviously with her mother's grave. And, oh, fucking hell, I've pressed buttons.
Yeah, no.